calling out of work. I put in work, 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 work. I put in work, I put in work, 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 work.
It's your girl, Better. Stay close to the people that love you, love those who love you, love those who don't love you. I don't care who you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the DJ Focus podcast. Got too fly, you got too high, you know watch July like it ain't no drum. On top of the cake, bank gon' be wrong. On top of the clock, ain't no. I know I'ma get it 'cause I'm holding the ticket on the road to the vision and the tank on fume. It goes on.
Aim and focus of this podcast is to spark serious discussion and entertainment. We're gonna talk about relationships, politics, music. Nothing is off limits. Nothing is off subject. Our podcast every Thursday night with Quantitative. Stay focused. DJ Focus. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the DJ Focus podcast experience. I know y'all wondering where Quanta ass at, late as usual. She about to pull up in 4 or 5 minutes, but until she get here, I want to take this time to introduce y'all to our panel, our esteemed panel of guests here. We got some fine young ladies up here that's coming ready to talk some stuff, all right? So we're going to start all the way to my right, I guess their left, with you. Let them know who you are, where you're from, give them your social medias, everything, what you got going on.
Hello, my name is Tiana Coachman. I am a model coach, social media marketer. I do a lot of like extra things to help the local community with their businesses and advertisement. And I am on Instagram and Facebook, but you'll find me faster on Instagram. It is i.am.tiana, Tiyana.
All right, next up.
Hello. My name is Taja, but you can find me on social media at Barbie.x33. I'm a model, a makeup artist, an entrepreneur. I just started a clothing line with my auntie here. So, yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all that, Facebook.
It's lagging. All right, next up, who we got?
Hello everybody, I'm Talisha, and yes, we just started a clothing line at Niapa Fashion Week, and you can find me at wardrobe _ the creators collection. Yeah, that's it for right now.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Brianna Paniagua, aka Baby Cookie, aka Cookie, or Briani. I am a singer. I'm an entrepreneur, and I do modeling and acting. You guys can find me at brianna.omek on Instagram. So yeah, you guys stay tuned. We recently came out with a wardrobe collection, including all of us creators that are on the panel here. So stay tuned.
All right. It seems to be working good.
Everything just got mad
All
quiet.
right, look. It seems to be working good now. All right. All right. Okay. So as y'all know, we have been on a little hiatus for the last few weeks. Okay. I went on vacation. Quana went on vacation. And then we took a couple weeks off just to regroup and everything and get right for the. Oh snap! Draco's here to get right for the season 2 of the podcast. So hold on. No, Quana's about to come. Sit there. We gonna get you a seat though. So we back now. And we have some dope ass interesting topics for tonight. But before we get into our interesting topics, I want to give y'all a quick interview, and I want y'all to tell me about y'all fashion brand and situation y'all got going on, because y'all do the fashion designing thing, right? Okay, all right, good. So all right, let's start. Who's the main fashionista over here? Ty. All right, we're gonna start with Ty. Pick that mic up if you will for me, and yeah. All right, tell the people what you got going on.
Well, we recently launched the wardrobe, and what it is it is a collection of different clothes for different niches. So you have your main character, and so what that is about is for the person, the girl. Right now we only have women, but it's for the woman who likes to stand out, like even in your everyday look. So it gives your pieces that you probably won't find at your normal Ross or something like that. And so we're really excited about it, and we launched it at Niapa Fashion Week. So shout out to Alaji.
Shout out to Alaji.
And shout out to all the girls that walked and the guys that walked. It was an amazing launch. Thank you so much for walking. Yeah,
We love you.
and so we also manage creators as well. So if you're looking, we're always looking for creators and models. We have a bunch of things coming up. The main thing that we want to speak about is Black Friday. We're going to be doing an event at Proven Magic. It's going to be the first ever live streamed live shopping Black Friday event in the Valley. So it's going to be really exciting, and I'm sure you're going to want to be there.
Proven Magic, that's in Phillipsburg, right?
Yes,
Yep.
it's 159 South
Jamie.
Main Street.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Jamie O, man. Proven Magic Studios. We did a couple events over there. It's a real dope event space. They got the podcast situation in there. They got the what else they got going
Recording
on?
studio,
Recording
podcast,
studio,
content
yes.
creation.
Right,
And the
right,
content
right,
space.
I
right,
create
right.
magazine in the front. We have a content space. We're also about to be doing a hot cocoa bar, but we'll get into that on a different episode.
Okay, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's cool. All right, okay, that's dope. So you got the fashion thing going on. You got the Proven Magic situation going on, right? What else? Do y'all got anything going on? Or it's all the same situation?
Oh no.
So yeah, I would say
Go
it's
ahead.
kind of different.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Talk
Yes,
to
we
people.
all work together on a lot, but we all have our own separate things as well.
So talk to me. What you got going on? Because I like to get the interview part out the way before we get into all the controversial talking points. Because I'm coming crazy.
So coming up in April, actually, I know it's a little ways away, but get ready now because we're having another actual round 2 of NEPA Fashion Week, and it's going to be in Wilkes-Barre. It's going to be 10 times better than this one, and this one was already 1,000,000 times amazing. So just be ready for that, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. So we was at the Oktoberfest last week. Y'all all made it to the Oktoberfest last week, right? We was at the October Festival last week, and y'all came in, y'all showed out, y'all held it down and all of that. And I appreciate the love and support for all of that. And then y'all had the Fashion Week the day before that, right? We're
Yes.
the day before that, right? So yeah, so everybody's out here working and doing what they need to do and grinding, and that's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Interstar the week before.
Oh,
that.
Oh, and Interstar Wars the week
Can't
before
forget
that.
Interstar now.
Oh, the
Come on
Interstar Wars was
Round of
dope.
applause for
Okay,
Interstar.
awarded this
That's
weekend.
good.
Interstar Wars was dope. I had the pleasure of presenting Sammy with his
Award?
award. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kept saying we look alike.
Really?
Like I said, twin, where have you been?
You think so?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
All right,
So, I don't know.
Okay, so, all right. I wanted to try to wait for Quana to get here so that we could, get into our high level conversation and all of that goodness. Are y'all ready for the high level conversation?
Yeah, you the host. It's up to you.
I said, are y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I know you
okay.
ready.
I was gonna say it for-
Thug
All
nasty.
right.
Oh, what? I'm
Thug
nice.
slice.
I'm nice. I
And
am
everything nice.
bro. Right. Where's this
Um,
coming from?
Sugar and
I'm
spice.
so nice. I was nice the last time I came. I don't remember.
All right. So
I was just here.
So I'm gonna get into the first question of the night. I'm gonna ask each one of y'all the question. I think I want to start with thug equivalents over here. Let me stop. I'm playing.
Why is my name Thug Equivalents?
I know I'm playing. Taja, I want to start with you though for this one, okay?
Barbie
Alright.
on the podcast.
Huh?
It's Barbie.
Oh, Barbie. Well, I'm sorry.
Now I'm putting my
Sorry about your alias. My bad. Barbie, I want to start with you on this one. Okay. In recent months, weeks, whatever case, you heard what happened to Sean P. Diddy Combs. You see what's going on with him. Locked up. He got a lot going on. I want to ask this question. I want your honest opinion, and I want you to explain your opinion and why. Is P. Diddy a monster? I see this recurring theme all throughout social media and all through the pundits on all of these shows and these reporters, and everybody has this recurrent theme that P. Diddy is a monster. Okay, do you think P. Diddy is a monster? Explain why.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Yes, my answer to your question. Yes, I do, and I think the word monster is crazy. Now I know that's the word that they're using. I think that he's a horrible person. That's like what I would say. But the reason why I think he's a horrible person, I can't say anything about all the allegations. I can't say what's true and what's false. Like, that's not for me to decide until there's actual proof. But we all saw that video of him beating Cassie while she was literally running for her life out of that hotel. That's enough for me to be like, that's a horrible person. Like, he literally beat the crap out of that girl and then dragged her back to a hotel room. Enough for me to be like, yeah,
he's a monster.
I would never want to be around that nigga. What the fuck? That's wild.
Okay.
That's wild.
All right. Tiana. All right. I'm gonna ask you the same question. Is P. Diddy a monster?
He is a monster. He's not only a monster, he a nasty monster. He nasty. I've been trying to look for baby oil at the Dollar Tree for the past 5-6 months.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to figure out where is all this baby oil, like,
That was
the one
actually
store.
liquid ecstasy. Anyway.
That
He
is a
has a
rumor.
Johnson and Johnson.
That is a rumor.
Has a Johnson
That's
Johnson.
a rumor. Okay, so
but yeah, he
Allegedly.
just like the court cases I've been seeing and what Barbie said about Cassie, I was like, yeah, that's way too far. And then Justin Bieber got into the mix. There's like so many artists that is part of Diddy's crew, and like with the white parties that he has with the slip and slide baby oil, nope.
okay,
Like, no,
all right.
absolutely
We have white parties.
Not the slip and slide.
He
It
has
was the
white
slip
parties.
and
He has a
slide
slip
for
and
me.
slide.
Yeah, the
He
slip
got
and
all
slide.
of that. Does that make him a monster? Because he had freak offs. He had one. Okay, I understand what you said about Cassie. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Does that make him a monster? Okay, I wanted to get Brianna. I want to get your point of view on it. Does it make him a monster?
For me, yes, because he did more than one thing, and not only that, but everything that he did was calculated. He's very strategic on how he was doing everything. He's not a good person, but it's just the way that he went about a lot of things. He tried to keep it under wraps. He was very strategic in how he moved and how he had everything. I seen the video with Cassie. I didn't really like it because of course he's dragging the girl, but stop. It's just like things like that is not cool. It's not cute, honestly. And not only that, but it's just like I seen videos, a plethora of videos of things that happen with him and Justin Bieber, and him with Usher, and then him with a few other people. And not only that, but as of right now, I think he has about 152 accusations against him right now, if I'm not
Civil
mistaken.
cases, right?
Yeah,
right,
civil.
right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going against him. I don't know. If I was him, I would probably flee the country.
I would probably
worried.
run.
I'd be worried.
I'll
yeah.
probably run.
I'd be pretty worried.
Like,
Oh wait, did he try to do that?
Now,
What did he get?
that's one thing I agree with you in. That nigga should have
They
win.
raided his house.
But they should have win.
they
No?
did.
Listen, Russell Simmons got low.
And they
That man
confiscated
should
his
have
baby
win. He
oil.
should have held theirs. I agree with you on
I
that
seen them
one.
pictures when he was sitting in his backyard. He was stressed.
No, yeah.
He was stressed
I-
with them papers in his hand. He said,
Not only that, but did y'all see that allegedly they found somebody in one of them cages that I'm guessing he's into, like
think so.
the cage
That
cage
man into
thing,
anything and
or locking
everything.
people
He's
in
into
like the
everything
little
and
animal
anything.
cages. Y'all
try
heard
it all.
that?
Right.
Oh, she's here.
Yay!
right.
She hooked your head up, girl.
Yeah.
She took it old
Fly.
school.
Fly.
Doobies and pins.
Doobies and pins.
It's the baby. We have the baby.
All right, while we catch you up to speed.
Y'all look beautiful.
Thank you. So
Quana, of course, do your introductions. Quana's here, yay! Do your introductions and all of that, and then we're gonna catch you up to speed. But while we're doing that, I want you to fix this camera because it's a little crooked. It's going to the left and to the right. It's supposed to be going to the left. It's supposed to be going to the right. So this week I decided to go with dedicated cameras.
Okay.
Camera on us, camera on them.
Oh! Careful,
do a
careful.
booby trapping this shit.
His dress look nice. Whoever did them shits hooked them shits up.
His is, my son.
Them shits look fire.
Yeah, he do his thing. He do his thing.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, he is. No.
He's a crumble cookie.
Hey yo, don't get me started, please. Before you start bashing out crumble
You might have to.
on live. Start bashing out crumble.
Home. You messed that camera up. All right, Quana, go ahead. Give him your introductions and all of that good stuff, so we can get to the good stuff.
Well, it's your girl Quana Tatted, and we're on the DJ Focus podcast. We back. I miss you guys. I'm happy to see all you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and comment. Show us love. Right now, this Sunday at Tipsy's, I'm having a Halloween contest party, so make sure you guys pull up at Tipsy's Sunday from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Pull up, dress sexy, ladies. Fellas, put on your best costume, and we're going to pick a winner. And yeah, each and every Sunday I'm at Tipsy's Bar and Lounge. I have a couple other things going on, but I don't got the flyers and stuff out for that yet, so just follow me.
I'm coming to I'm coming to the Halloween party.
You are?
I'm coming.
I'm bringing all
I
my
already
girls,
said,
right?
don't come. I'm not
I'm
talking to
bringing
you.
all my
Sunday, guys,
girls.
pull up.
Tipsy's is close to my house, so it's not that far
we
from
going,
me.
we outside on Sunday.
I'm going all
Saturday.
the way. I'm shaving my dreads off. I'm coming as Michael
All right.
Jordan.
All right.
So
Okay.
I'm weak.
So I
I
want the
believe it
money.
when I see it.
Nigga shave his
go
dreads off. I
Word,
want the
I
money.
believe it when I see
This
it.
is still recording, right? We all caught a glimpse
Right.
of him saying
Wait,
that,
can I
right?
bet-
So
can I
yeah,
put some
listen,
money
we
on
gotta
it?
hold him accountable. If
Put
he's
some money on it.
$20.
No.
if you don't shave it,
I wasn't rolling.
All right, Talisha, I want to get to you now. Pick up the microphone, girl.
Hey yo.
Is P. Diddy a monster? I need to know these things. Is P. Diddy a monster?
Like just like Tasha said, like I'm not the judge of him. However, again, we're gonna see how what comes out and what doesn't. But judging by that video, somebody that was that bold to drag that young lady down the hallway like that says a lot. Somebody that's that comfortable doing that, and then when you look at, like I said, I'm not the person to judge him. But yeah.
So you think he's a monster?
Yo.
That's
All
not what
Quana,
I said.
Quana,
That's not
I
what
need
I
to
said.
know-
Let's be clear. That's not what I
That's
said.
not what she said. She said it's not for her to judge.
It's not
She
for
said
her to judge,
It looks
but-
wild. It looks wild.
It looks
It's not-
wild.
I
Okay,
said
so he's
that's-
not a monster. I'm sorry.
not.
That's it.
yes.
He's not. All right, so give it a second, but just go ahead and do the transition because I want to know. Quana, I need you to answer this question. Is P. Diddy a monster? Quana Teddit.
I would say we're all monsters in our books sometimes, because I have definitely been a monster before. In that video, he definitely was a monster. I gotta say, in that video, he was a monster. So to say overall, does that define him? Because everything else is allegations. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we don't know like he wasn't charged with anything. We don't know. That's just what people are saying. There's no evidence. But the one thing that we do have evidence is him whipping Cassidy's ass. You get what I'm saying? So I
I've
would
seen
say
too many
in that video,
videos.
yes,
That
he
book
was a
is
monster.
pretty.
Yeah,
The
that
book
book
from
is-
the wife is pretty intense, and people lost their life over that book.
I seen
That
too
book
many
is three
videos
people,
about
three
everything that's
women.
been
That
going
shit is
on.
wild.
It's wild.
That shit is wild. Yeah,
I don't know.
that shit
I
is
don't
wild.
know about the book. I didn't like read it or like I've heard a couple people talk about what was in it, but I didn't like read the book myself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my whole thing is,
Yeah.
how do we know it was actually published by her and
should
nobody
You should read
messed with it
You should
when
read
she
it.
did?
You should read the
pass
story
away?
behind the book.
I
Because
think
it
Yeah.
took a
The story
minute for it to
behind the
come
book.
out.
Read the story behind the book.
I think
Read
that
the story
even
behind
with like I look at everything. I feel like I look at the big picture. Like I'm not the type of person that does crazy shit, so it's no crazy allegations on my name. I feel like you doing wild. This many allegations. These kind of allegations are so outlandish. Like the kind of shit that he's accused of doing is just so wild. Like even if it's not all true, this nigga was doing some wild shit. I don't care. It's nobody that convinced me he wasn't doing some wild shit. The way he dragged that girl back to the room, that she was running for her life. She was like, please. He dragged her back like, no, you'll never get away from me. And it took years for her to really like get out of that shit. I feel like he was. I don't know what's all true and what's all fake, but I know at least enough to be like, yeah, I would never want to be in a room alone with that man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Couldn't pay me to be alone. I don't care. Like it's not happening. No. Call the police immediately. 911.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all.
Like,
Y'all know I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
oh God.
Y'all know I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, right? Listen.
Nice today.
Listen, I agree with Talisha in the sense of the jury's still out. You can't judge nobody and all of that like that. The video I seen, it was wrong.
I'm saying in that video, so
That's
in
wrong.
that video,
Yeah, that's wrong.
I don't care.
In that video,
she
it's
wasn't
wrong.
even trying the little bit to fight back.
Okay,
Like, there was no
She just laid on the floor.
self-defense
She just laid
at all.
there.
Like,
No, clearly, and nobody's justifying the actions of that video. He did apologize for the actions of that video.
no, he
Apology.
denied it.
No,
He
no, no,
denied
he
it
denied
until
it.
the video came out. He denied all allegations.
All right, but who-
And then who did he
denied
apologize
the
to?
shit out of it. And
Who
then
did he
when the
apologize
video,
to? He apologized to the public. He ain't never said no apologies to Cassie. He didn't never once apologize. He said, I'm sorry for what I did in that video. You know, the nigga should have said, that was horrible. I should have never beat that girl like that. Cassie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry y'all had to see that. He wasn't even remorseful. That shit looked like they had the teleprompter behind him like, yes, read this. Yes, say that. Like, come on.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it real with you. We all make mistakes.
Oh Lord.
Hold on, time out.
Let me find out this
I'm
video.
not judging P Diddy off that video. That video was wrong. I'm not saying it wasn't wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It was 100% wrong. He shouldn't have been wilding out, the grilling Cassie. It was wrong. No man should act like that to any woman. Okay. However, we all make mistakes. We all do fuck up, right? We all make mistakes.
that's a big mistake.
How do you-
That's a
It
big
is-
mistake.
How do you
it
accidentally
is.
come out of your shower?
Hold on, let
in
me
a towel
qualify my
and then
statement,
some-
though.
Okay.
Let me qualify my
bad.
statement,
Okay.
right? So when I think of a monster, I'm thinking of John Wayne Gacy. I'm thinking of Ted Bundy. I'm thinking of the
See, but that's because you're thinking
the
the
son
worst
of
of your
Sam.
worst. But this
Hold
is the
on,
thing.
let me.
No, hold on. I'm gonna cut you off because you're thinking the worst of your worst. A monster. Everybody has their own monsters in their own story. It can be either they had a bad parent who was always drunk
Okay,
all
that
the
was Ted
time,
Bundy to
that was
Cassie.
neglecting them. Everybody has their own definition of a monster in their own story. You cannot sit here and be like, "Oh, you're naming the worst of the worst." He was a monster to her. What he did to her, that shit changes your life. In that video, he was a monster.
Okay, time out. This is what all I'm saying. What I'm saying
Don't
is,
try to say, "Oh, that was wrong," but
No.
the worst of the
No,
worst.
no,
That's a
no.
monster. No, that was some monster shit that
hold
he did.
on.
Yeah,
Okay, he may have exhibited monster
He didn't
behavior.
exhibit. He
If
did.
you do,
Okay, all right. So look, let me try to put it to you this
There
way.
was no accident. He literally came out the bathroom.
All right, let me
came
try
after
to
the
put it to
girl
you this way.
And literally dragged her right before she was about to go on the elevator. Then freaking.
yo,
Okay, now let me put it to you this way. Have you ever lied before?
Everybody's
I
lying.
mean, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Would you consider yourself a liar?
A complete liar.
what's happening right
My
now?
nigga, would you go to somebody and say, "Yo, I'm a liar"?
The truth
I'll still
Hold
be lying.
on.
So either way,
Would you go to somebody and say, "Look, I'm a liar," because you lied before? See,
I feel like a liar is somebody that do it often and for fun.
this is what I'm saying. This is the point I'm making.
And so what we're saying
This is the
is
point.
that
You gotta
do it
say-
often for fun.
what we're saying is is that he okay, sorry. So we're saying that he so effectively showed and boldly was a monster in these moments. And then not only that, how will we even know whenever they hid that tape for years? How long ago? How long was that tape hidden? And even now, when it was released, it was like, oh, we still can't use this stuff.
Right.
So what kind of hope did the victims even really have? And in fact, the ones that came out have all lost their lives.
Not to mention the context of the video. Like the video itself, he's beating the shit out of her. That's enough for you to be like, damn. But to the story behind it, she waited hours for this nigga to fall asleep so that she could sneak out. And he didn't even go to sleep. She tried to sneak out when he was in the shower, knowing that wasn't even going to be enough time. Then this nigga dragged her back in the room and, I'm going to say, allegedly, made her fuck him for hours.
Let me get.
That's fucking
Sounds
crazy.
like an insecure.
That's insane.
Let me get my point out, though. Let me get my point out.
No.
50 Shades of Grey is
That is
full
nowhere
of
closer than 50
Let me get my
Shades of
point
Grey.
out, though.
Not even 365 days.
I was similar.
All right, listen. Let me get my point out. Now, when niggas go to jail, right, and people ask them in jail, they say, "Yo, look, how many seconds did it take?" Right? So listen, that's what I'm saying. How many seconds did it take? How many seconds did it take to get you these 30 years? All right, it took me 60 seconds. Listen,
I'm sorry. I'm listening.
it took me 60 seconds of bad decision making to get 30 years in jail. Right? Now, people get reformed. People apologize. People make amends for their bad actions. However, they have these actions. They have these lapses in judgment, and these lapses in judgment produce a bad act. Right? You said yourself, if you're a habitual liar or a habitual, a line stepper, right, then you become a liar.
Right.
Just because you've lied before don't mean that you're a liar. Like that's just your makeup is that you're a liar, right?
Right.
So yes, what he did to Cassie was wrong. It was monstrous behavior. It was incorrect, right? But we gotta remember she stayed with him for years after this, right? She stayed with him for years after
Part
this.
of domestic violence, though.
Okay, hold on. All right, listen to what I'm saying. He fucked up. I'm not saying he didn't. Okay, but what I am saying is, like I said, I look at niggas who are, terrorizing people like habitually. They John Wayne, Gacy, Ted Bundy. These niggas. That's how I look at liars.
We are not with you.
I don't want y'all to be. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm the only man on this platform, so I want to try to play the defender and see what happens, right?
That's dangerous.
I'm just saying.
That's
I'm
some
just
treacherous
saying.
territory. I don't know if you want to walk in those.
Listen, I'm just saying. Listen. So he crossed the line, right? Does that make him a monster? See, what I'm saying is you might make a lapse in judgment. You might fuck up or mess up here and there. You might do things that's unbecoming of you as an individual, right? But at the end of the day, it's not. I'm not going to say because you made one bad decision, right? That makes you a monster. You made a bad decision. You apologize for it. You made amends for it. Whatever the case may be. He might have been drugged up. Whatever the case may be. He fucked up. But does that make you a monster?
I feel like when it comes to but I feel like when it comes to like physically hurting somebody to that level, yes, you are. That's like if you say, "Oh, I killed somebody one time," to that person's family, to that people's friends, you will always be a monster. If you rape somebody, you will always be a monster, even if you rape somebody one time. I think certain things where you hurt somebody to that high level of extent, when you really truly hurt somebody, he hurt her bad. I think that does make you a monster. Because there's certain things that certain people just won't do. Certain men would never even take it there, would never even go that far. So he has that capability in him to be a monster. He's done it. So to me, I think there's just certain things when you hurt somebody that bad, yes, I don't care. You will always be the monster in my story. You will always be the monster in my eye. Right. There's certain things you don't do. Like, it's just facts. And certain things you just don't do in life.
I feel like, just to point out, Focus, you said people that commit all these different like crazy crimes and do all these wild shit, you said what? They go to jail, they get reformed. This man didn't face no consequence. This is why we're trying to make him face consequences for the shit that he did, so that he can reform. How do you know if he reformed if he ain't never got reprimanded for this type of behavior?
All right, but that man is not in jail for what happened with Cassie, though.
That's one of the things.
It was a civil court.
It's a but that's the thing.
It's a personal
so
matter.
now let's say all this stuff does come out and it is true, or at least say 3 things come out that's true. These allegations is wild as fuck. It don't matter if it's only one thing that these motherfuckers said that's true. It's enough to be like, nah, this nigga need to be under the jail. This nigga's fucking crazy.
Let me ask you a question.
Maybe some
more than
therapy. Maybe he need to be in a mental hospital. I don't know, but
let me ask
he
you a
definitely
question.
don't need to be running the streets.
Do me a favor. Let Draco get that mic you got, Taj, and then y'all two share this mic here. All right, big shout out to my boy Draco on the pod. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you. What's the worst thing you would say you ever did in your life? If you can answer on the podcast.
The worst thing?
Okay, you would never say it on the podcast. Could you? You be going to jail.
Okay, see,
Could you say the worst thing you ever did in your life on this podcast, Tiana?
I probably would. It's gonna sound stupid, but
speaking to the mic. Would you say the worst? So we already got one person saying they wouldn't even ever say the worst thing they ever did. Would you say the worst thing you ever did in your life on this podcast?
yeah, I would.
Okay, fine. We got one yes. Would you say the worst thing you ever did in your life on this podcast?
You gonna let me answer fully? No.
Okay.
And you know what? Nope. You gonna let me answer fully? No, because one, it's not the internet's business. The worst thing I've done in my life. That's my business and who I decide to share it with. For one, and for two, I can tell you right now, the worst thing I ever did in my life is nowhere near as bad as what he did to just in that fucking video. Just in that video.
Okay, cool, but it's bad enough that you can't say it on live.
No, not bad enough that I can't say it on live. Bad enough that I don't feel like I'm responsible to share it.
Ty, can you say the worst thing you ever did in your life on this podcast?
Yes, I could.
All right, so we got 2 and 2. Brianna, could you say the worst thing you ever did on this podcast?
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
I mean,
no, don't say he doesn't. He's lying. He's playing with you, please.
Not as bad.
You ain't gotta say
like.
That's why I'm able to say it, because it's like the worst thing was just out of spite. I just wanted to do it because I was being petty.
Exactly. It was all out of spite.
Okay. Okay.
I was just being petty.
Another point I'd like to make. My thing is we all have different perspectives. Everybody is different. Everybody think different. So my definition, I might tell you 3 things I did, and the thing that I think is the worst, you think something different that I did is the worst. So you can't even classify what is the worst and what's not, but we can all definitively say that video, sick.
Okay.
Anybody would say that. Anybody with a sane mind.
Cool. All right. The worst thing I've ever done, I wouldn't say on this podcast, but I've done bad things. I'll give you an example.
Is there a video of you beating a bitch in the hotel and dragging her back to the room?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think so.
Okay. What I'm saying though is,
because it was horrible.
I potentially, hypothetically, not saying that it happened, but say when I was younger, I robbed a couple people, right? Okay. Now I know I was wrong. I reformed myself.
Right.
I made amends. I went to school. I made my life legal. I went and got my degrees. I went and got my barber's license. Opened up a barbershop. I did all of this stuff, right? But when I was younger, I made bad decisions, right?
You're still a monster and all those people.
Wait, so
am I a monster though?
When you was younger.
All those people
when you was younger.
That you affected,
okay, to them
you
maybe.
will always be the monster in their story.
But
this man was a grown ass man.
A monster, like am I a monster?
I got a question for you. Let's change the ties. We gotta also put the shoe on the opposite foot. Say if that was your mom's and her boyfriend whooped her ass like that, you see it on camera. How would you feel?
That nigga's a monster.
Hold on, talk about. I would probably kill that.
You think
exactly.
I probably kill that.
A monster?
Hold up, I probably kill that.
If you killed him, are you a monster? Yeah, let's talk about it.
He gotta open up the barbershop like you said.
Yeah, he gonna reform. Can't take that away from him.
But let's keep it a band.
Yes,
y'all niggas probably know 20 niggas, 30 niggas that put their hands on their shorty before in life.
And these niggas need to be reformed. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not saying that they don't need to be reformed. But are they monsters? They had a lapse in
yes.
Right now I'm only talking about Cassie shit. We're going to get into what his actual charges is in a minute. because his charges is really not even the Cassie shit like that. You feel me? Like they got that man for sexual trafficking. Sexual
Trafficking.
Trafficking for the RICO racketeering. Because that's my next question. Does he deserve the charges that he got?
Houses are by those.
I think so.
I said no.
I would say yes if they're true.
We don't know yet.
That's right. That's not for us to decide. That's why I keep coming back to the Cassie video because it's the only proof that we have.
Talk about honestly, the only thing that I can sit here and say I know for sure Diddy did was beat her ass.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that I think
there's a lot more evidence out there.
There is court. There's court documents. There's.
I haven't looked into that. But I'm saying if there's actual evidence, that's stuff that we could like. If you have knowledge of that, then that's something you can go off of. But I'm not gonna sit here and say all this other stuff if I don't know.
I'll fill you in. So there's a lot of evidence showing him having text-based communication, like through via cell phone, with underage women while traveling through each state. Technically is trafficking.
Okay, time out. None of that is in the indictment, so we're not even going to start with shit that's not in the indictment.
We wouldn't know because let me tell you, have you ever
I
been
read the
indicted
14-page
but
indictment.
have you ever been
It's not in the
indicted?
indictment.
Have you ever been
Can I get
indicted?
the mic, please?
Have you ever been indicted by the feds before?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Let me tell you something. We would not know. Okay? They're
No,
not.
that's
Let me
not
tell you.
true.
Okay.
That's not true.
Says somebody
not
that's
true.
never been indicted. But okay.
No. But says someone who has a law degree. I went to school for law. I have a degree, a bachelor's in criminal justice.
Okay.
Okay. So you know, it's two sides of the law. Look. It's two sides of the law. You could be on this side of the law, or you could be on the other side of the law. I actually have a graduate degree in criminal justice in law. So
then why are we fighting about if this man is a monster? Would you be defending him?
My nigga.
His judge?
Right. Would you send this man to jail? Would you send this man to jail?
Excuse me. I'm a defense.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. Focus. Okay. Focus.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Focus.
He went to them slip and slide. He like the slip and slide.
Okay.
Listen.
He's cooperating with everything right now. So
This is the fact of the matter. This is the reality of the situation. We're not going to sit here and act as though just because somebody made a bad decision. Because all y'all got is a Cassie video.
Not a bad decision.
Right? Like, can we stop saying it's a bad decision? Like, it's something like so little.
My nigga.
Is driving too fast on the highway, making a wrong turn. Like,
right? Can we change the subject?
A bad decision is something little. That's not.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
No, I mean that was a lot.
That's not true.
That
That's
wasn't
not true.
just
That's
one
not true.
slap, one kick. That was a whooping.
He stopped this woman.
He literally
No, okay, it's a lot. It's okay. So then, if it's a bad decision, it was multiple bad decisions because he chased her after she tried to leave. That's one bad decision. Drug her on the ground. That's another bad decision. Started kicking her in her face. That's another bad decision. Dragged her back to the room. That's another bad decision. Hid the video for years. That's another. Like, come on. He's lied and lied. Like, this nigga's not. It's clear that he don't give a fuck about like what he did. He cares about how he's viewed in the public.
Bad decision though.
No, it's not. It's multiple decisions. That's not one. He did not run out that room and was like, "Oh, I'ma do this." That he made them decisions as he did it. Those was multiple decisions that he made in the moment.
Okay, multiple decisions he made in the moment, but in the same
Fucked up
moment,
decisions.
he was in the same fucked up state of mind.
So in one moment, he made 17 bad decisions.
Okay.
That's a fucked up person.
Diddy, you need to come higher focus. He wants to defend you.
Please, this nigga be the focus is the lawyer.
Wait. Listen to his point first.
The point that I'm making is that one bad decision doesn't necessarily make you a monster. See, in my opinion, a man is the sum total of the decisions that he made in his life. If you have somebody who is giving away to charity, if you have somebody who is changing lives, feeding people, if you have somebody who you can look up Mad P. Diddy videos where he is actually trying to affect change within the minds of young black people. Hold on.
Right.
A man is a sum
Don't
total.
matter.
What I'm saying is the man is a sum total
He had a good side
of
that he
his.
was trying to portray somebody that he's not.
know
Just
what,
like
folks-
most serial killers.
this A
whole facade, literally.
No, because I was about to say, you brought up Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was feeding people. He had a whole wife and a child. He was feeding her. He was taking care of her, taking care of his daughter. They didn't know nothing. They didn't know exactly. Like, he tried to compare it. He tried to compare it. No, it don't matter. It don't matter. You try to compare it to Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was over here taking care of people, taking care of his mom, taking care of his family. Come on.
Investigate. People don't just feed
That shit is for a view. Like, that shit is for the public view to keep your your views up and make sure that you look good and make sure that you can keep your name up because you're still a celebrity. You're still like, come on, because now people done found out and what he was really doing while he was doing that, and this is their argument. But he was doing this, but he was doing that too. Okay, he was doing that to hide the fact that he was fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, listen, a man is the sum total of his life.
I don't want to hear this anymore.
Good for his people, but he was evil as shit. But he
I'm
was
done.
taking care of
I'm done with this conversation.
because he did a lot of good shit for his people.
Nobody's saying he's
But
good.
listen though,
Nobody's saying all
y'all are
I feel like
literally-
Focus is.
Y'all are literally
I'm taking it to the extremity.
hold on. Y'all are literally comparing Pete Diddy fighting Cassie in the hallway to Hitler and Ted Bundy.
No, you said Hitler. You said Ted Bundy. You said Hitler. You said Ted Bundy. I never said that nigga was like Ted Bundy, but you started comparing to the worst of the worst. You can't compare him to no fucking Ted Bundy.
Guys,
it's not fair.
Let's break it down for a second. Let's break it down. Let's rewind the context of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: a man is the sum total of what he's done. All of us have fucked up. All of us, everybody in this room, have made bad decisions. So, hold on. All right, you're the perfect saint.
No.
But 3 out of 5 of y'all can't even say the worst thing y'all did on this platform. Okay. So the reality of the matter is, we've all made decisions that was unbecoming of ourselves. We've all made decisions and where we fucked up to the max, right? And if a camera was on each and every one of us throughout our lives, I can guarantee you there's things in each one of your lives that people would say, she's a monster. He's a monster. Damn, he did that shit? That's a monster.
I don't think nobody would ever call me a monster. A monster? I don't think I'd ever be called a monster. No. If you've done something, look, that's you. I would speak for myself. Yeah, speak for yourself, because I don't, it's nothing. You could literally put a fucking camera and play my whole life on a fucking TV, and nothing would you ever say I'm a monster. You might say, damn, this bitch is a little crazy. She got a little issue. You know, just right. I said why I don't want to say it. It's not because I don't want to expose it. It's because I'm a grown ass woman.
Not even like 7 minutes ago, everybody got their own definition. So how could nobody call you a monster?
Yeah, okay. If you want to call me a monster, that's cool, but you're exaggerating. I don't care, because if we're talking actual definition of a monster, no, that's not me. I don't care. If we speaking facts,
This is what
facts. That's simple.
My thing is, no matter what, I just
right.
think there's certain things that you just don't do at the end of the day.
Like,
and
what
there's
the
certain
fuck?
men out here that are real men that would never even do no nut ass shit like that. Like, there's just certain things that you don't do, and that's just the way the world is. When you do certain things, that's the consequences. You will be judged. You will be judged by people. You'll be judged by God. You will be judged. Point blank. Period.
I'm not saying that you won't be judged.
There's certain things you
I'm
just
not
don't do,
saying
and
that
that's one of them.
I'm not saying you won't be judged, but I'm saying that a man is the sum total of what he does. So, for example,
So he lied about. Hold up, no, but listen, one second. So she said that he took her back to the room and then forced her to have sex with him. Now, the reason why I believe it is because he lied about everything else. Now, obviously, when there's no cameras in the room, it's a hotel room. The only reason why we even got what was in the lobby was because it was in the goddamn lobby. So I believe everything she said now, because it's like you lied. Think about it. When you cry wolf, that's what happens. You get what I'm saying? He was lying like a motherfucker and then got caught up. So from what I believe he did force her to do sexual things with him. So you're telling me that this guy had raped a female, beat a female, he's not a monster?
Listen, I don't think Cassie got raped. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think she got raped.
You don't think the type of guy that he is, that he never forced her to have sex with him when she didn't want to have sex?
Forced her to have sex? Well, what's your definition of force?
No, let's talk about the definition of rape, because coercion is a You can't. It's not about agree and disagree. It's about definition. It's about dictionary definition. Coercion is still rape, my nigga. If he says I want to fuck you, and she's like no, and he like, I don't give a fuck, I still want to fuck, and he keep pushing her. I want to fuck. It's rape, my nigga. That's rape. It don't matter. Look up the definition. You feel how you want.
Time out. Listen, I disagree with that definition.
Okay, then you disagree with the fucking the dictionary. Like, beef with them. Like, what the fuck? Talk to the authorities. Like, don't talk to me.
Consent is out the window.
I don't want to hear it.
Y'all gotta let people talk though.
I'm sorry.
They're actually educated.
It's a difference. It's not pain over here. It's education. Like, come on.
But y'all gotta let me talk though. See, the reason I disagree with the coercion definition is because there's not a man in this world who didn't have to try to get into the
No,
draws.
see,
Hold on.
you know, actually, I'm not going.
Hold
Can
on.
we just?
Hold
I don't even
on.
want to.
Hold
No,
on.
Trying
like,
and demanding is two different things.
I don't want to have this
saying
conversation with no.
I'm not
I
saying
don't.
that
I
it's
don't.
not.
I'm not gonna
Listen,
lie. I don't.
I'm not
Trying to win a woman over and take her out and get into the draws and trying to win her favor is different from, listen, you won't give me that ass. Oh no, I don't want to. I don't want to have sex
but that's not
now.
what she said,
You
though.
gonna that's
No,
what she
that's
said.
exactly what I
That's what
said.
she
Like,
said.
my
She didn't
nigga.
say you were. All right, look. All right, look.
I don't want to have sex. No, you gonna suck my whoop up. That's
Come on, fuck me.
different from saying. That's different from you trying to take me out to eat, maybe get me a little drunk at the bar, buy me a
Guys,
couple drinks, buy me
guys.
some flowers,
Like, what
buy
the
me
fuck?
some clothes.
No,
and get
no,
my
no.
drawers.
Okay.
All guys gotta work for the
Okay,
pussy.
but wait a minute.
We
Time
already
out.
know that.
Hold on, time out. You gotta let me speak, please.
All right, let's let you speak.
Thank you. Because according to what you just said, taking a girl out,
also coercion.
that's coercion.
Oh my god.
My nigga, that's called the lover boy method. They actually have something. Hold on, though. Let me speak and stop cutting me off.
I hate speaking with
Hold
dim-minded
on.
niggas. Like
Please.
niggas that's just
Let
dumb.
me
Like niggas that's
speak.
just
Let me
dumb.
speak. Let me speak.
Speak for the rest of the
Let me speak. No. I want you to speak too.
It's okay,
But
I'm
I
just
wanna
sitting
speak.
here.
What I'm saying is
Alright.
this. That's called coercion too. It's called the lover boy method. That's actually a form of coercion. If I take you out and buy you flowers,
Some that's disrespectful.
yo, why?
Can I break this down for all of us? Okay, let me break this down for you. No, let me, no, you did. Let me speak now. Let me speak. Can I say something, guys? Please, let me just explain what Quana said. Let me break it down for you guys. You need to go, if you want to see a woman, what do you need to do? You need to pick her up. You need to go somewhere. No respectable woman on a level wants to sit in the car and talk to you about what? Okay? So that's what she's talking about. She's not saying, oh, come outside, I got an outfit for you. Because a real woman, we can buy our own outfits. That's not impressing nobody. Understand that. So if you like a woman and you want to get to know them, you make the time for that person. That's what she's talking about. She's not talking about a guy tricking. Everybody's so sensitive with their pockets. Not every woman's out there with their hand out. You understand what I'm saying? No,
Draco, go ahead.
Well,
women don't understand.
Hold on. How do you know? Are you a woman?
What women don't understand.
I just want to know because I can't tell you what men do.
I'm here for it.
What women don't understand, the very same thing.
He said,
that-
turn down their mic. Say too loud. He said.
Oh, I'm probably talking
loud
really
now.
loud.
All right, go ahead.
What women don't understand is that the very same
more
thing
candy, it's
that
over.
y'all calling coercion is, and don't start yapping after I say these next words. But the very
No, I
same
swear to
thing
God,
y'all
I'm gonna
call
get
coercion
You gonna be
is
bad.
directly what y'all attracted to, and here's the reason why. It's covert and
I just
overt,
think consent went out the window.
initiation. What y'all calling
No, that has
what was that
The
word?
consent went out the
Trying to
window.
Verbally force a woman to have sex with her. Coercion, right? When you covertly use coercion, you literally court her. You are subliminally stating,
This how
hey,
bad. This how bad to think about women. I hope y'all know that.
This is how.
These niggas, yeah, not all.
Not all men.
what y'all not,
Not all of
understanding
them.
is
Come
that
on.
when a dude is courting y'all, he's subliminally saying to y'all, yo, let's have sex. Not this whole entire, oh yeah, let's fuck. No, I don't want it. Let's fuck. When he's taking you on a date, that's the reason why social media made the acronym date means dick at the end. Is because the main reason why he take you out is for the same reason why it's coercion or it's covert flirting. Either which way, like if you, how she say, oh, you gotta do this so that way I get attracted to you. You gotta do that so that way I get attracted to you. It's the same dude on the other side of the coin is saying, yo, let's fuck. You directly saying no. If he's flirting with you, you can't directly say no. So that's the reason why he's saying it's the same thing.
Yeah, when I
which y'all
mean
not
this
understanding.
conversation is making me feel dumb.
No,
Okay.
that ass. I feel like I'm.
It's making my brain hurt, and I'm not saying
losing
that
brain
I don't. But
cells.
listen, I'm not saying that I don't get along the lines of where y'all going, but there's a big difference between a man trying to demand sex from a woman and make her forcefully like courting her, coercing her to have sex with him versus him treating her like a lady because at the end of the night he wants her to make the choice to want to
Word.
give it to him.
Let's put it like this.
Not only that, but whatever
Let me say one
happens
thing.
to
One
be
thing. Let me
like
say
a
one thing. Let me
gentleman.
say one
What
thing, and then I'm done.
No, but
Let me say one thing, and then I'm done. Let me say one thing, and then I'm done. Let me say one thing, and then I'm
Once they
done.
got in the room. That's what we're trying to say. There's a difference between that one and a guy actually courting you and trying to show you a good time and show you that he's really into you or that he wants to be with you or have sex with you at the end of the night versus literally trying to force you to have sex. There's a difference.
Let me say this real quick, then I'm going to let Tasha speak. Just for clear and transparency, I'm not into you got to screw me. I'm not into coercion. I'm not into none of that shit.
Surprise,
In fact
surprise.
about it, if you exhibit any type of inkling that you do not want to take it to the next level, I'm done. I don't want to do that. That's not the point that I'm making. The point I'm making is that the bar for what is grape, if you will, has been lowered. Okay, so now they're saying coercion is grape. Now they're saying
definition been in the dictionary for years, but okay.
Now they're saying that the lover boy method, if I take you out, if I try to give you flowers, if I do this and all of this, I coerced you, right? So what I'm saying is that the bar has been unfairly lowered. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I take a girl. I've been married for 14 years. I've been with my wife for 20 years. I'm not even in the dating game. I don't go on dates. I'm not that. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is the bar has been lowered to a particular point where the lines now have been blurry and muddy. Look, I respect all of y'all opinions. I respect women. If y'all don't want to do something, don't do it. I'm not at all saying you should be forced or coerced or anything or that's right for a nigga to be too thirsty. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not into that. But what I'm saying is this. You're blurring the lines because you've lowered what it is that is considered forcible. Right? Okay, that's all I'm saying. Like, there was a time I literally had to either drug you, hold you down, and like really do something. But now you're saying if I take you out on a date, if I get you flowers, it's called the lover boy method. It's actually a method. And now it lowers the whole bar. You feel me? So if you got a guy who wants to take you out on a date, who did that and doing all of this and this and the third, can you consider him an individual who is trying to manipulate you? Or is he trying to play the game in a way that he thinks the game should be played? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's how I get down. Draco not saying that that's how he get down.
But that's the only avenue that you guys are represented in. You have that's the only avenue that you guys are representing. So I know a bunch of niggas like that, and I know a bunch of real niggas that don't just walk around and say they real niggas. They exhibit it every single day. And so that's the difference. You're only taking the avenue of low vibrational people. Okay, so I can, sir, I want you to watch your motherfucking mouth when you talk to me.
I don't understand low vibrational.
Okay, I'm about to express it. So I just want you to remember that when you talk to me, though. So let's start there. Now, the second thing that I'm going to say about low vibrational thinking, the only men that you're talking about is men that's trying to, what do I call them? Parasites, if you will. They're looking for something to latch onto to get some pussy. That's a parasite. So you want to, I can't get it like this. Let me try to buy her something. And see, that will attract a certain type of woman. But see, when you get to a level, there's a certain type of woman. You may or may not have experienced it yet.
So let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes.
Is a woman who is only dating a man for money a parasite?
Yes, absolutely.
She a gold
absolutely.
You don't believe that?
Absolutely. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If she's only there for the money, then that to me is a parasite. She might only be there for the dick. That's a parasite.
I don't believe that only because like I honestly believe in traditional relationships. So I don't think that there's nothing wrong since the beginning of time. Like if you go way back when, the guys always had to have some type of money in their family, or they had to bring a goat, or they had to bring a chicken, or they had to have some type of value or something to bring to the table. I do believe that men should be providers at the end of the day. Now, I don't think that a man should have to do anything. A woman should bring some type of value or substance to the relationship. But there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to date a man who has the capability of providing for her, leading her, and teaching her and guiding her throughout life.
Not at all. You said only.
I would never
like
sit. I
only
could never.
About women,
and it's funny because people try to
you
make
made
it
like only about money.
Right.
Not what she said. You said only about money.
No.
So that's different. You said only dating. No. You didn't say courting.
Swear to God.
Hold on, sir. Don't swear to God. But
What? Yo, you're not telling me how to speak.
Sir,
Nah, it's over
sir,
that. Listen, what I
sir,
directly stated
sir.
was that when a man courts a woman, it
no,
is similar
you,
to the spectrum
you,
of
you
coercion.
3 questions back. We speaking about a statement that he just said directly to Quana that she
But you're
answered.
improperly quoted.
I'm not.
Okay.
We would understand that if you could just silence yourself. How he even get in here?
Hey, focus.
How does he even get in
Hold on.
here?
All right. I want to.
You should have sent that in a text.
Okay. All right. We're getting a little bit
Really hurt.
upset.
Nobody's heard.
And I want to bring it
I'm in
down.
therapy,
I want to
buddy.
bring it
I'm
down.
hurt.
Hold on. I want
Nah,
to
I
bring
don't
it
need no
down a
water. I
little
got
bit.
3
This
drinks
is
on the
literally
floor.
part
I
two.
want to bring it down a little bit. Brianna, you got something to say? Go ahead.
Oh, I've been holding my mouth.
Go ahead.
Me personally, I honestly think that like when a man takes a woman out, I do think that like, you know, yeah, he should court her. Like if you're asking her out on a date, yeah, like I feel like if he wants to bring her out, he should bring her out. Now, do I feel that women have to give pussy up at the end of the night?
Not at
No.
all. Not at all.
I feel like, you know, women, you know, it needs to take its time. You know what I mean? Like you don't just fall in love with somebody over a day. It takes time. Love takes time.
I agree.
And not only that, but like the whole thing of like, oh yeah, like, you know, some women, not all women, you know, sometimes they do go for guys that have a lot of money or have the car, the, you know, this, the house, you know, sometimes,
Would
yeah,
you
that's,
say those women are parasites?
yes.
Okay.
Like they're gold diggers, yes.
Okay.
In a
So
way,
it's
yeah.
so it's
They're
a two-way
using
street.
somebody, right.
It's a two-way street.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
So
I mean,
I
there's
say-
even girls that,
I
not
say
girls,
that they
but,
could be gold
Right.
diggers, but I don't necessarily say that they can. I don't. The reason why I say that they could be gold diggers is because when you think of your ideal man, you're gonna think of all those qualities of being
Yeah,
a
of
provider,
course,
of having
definitely.
money,
Somebody
of
who
being a
provides,
strong-
right.
But that's what I'm saying. You're gonna think of a strong man.
OnlyFans.
Now you gotta remember, even back in the day, there were marriages that was arranged with
Yes,
people
arranged
just because he was a
marriages.
successful man with money, and they always said. Once they got together, a lot of those people wind up falling in love with them. Their parents actually arranged the marriage just because
Yep.
they knew he had it, and then
Right.
over time they fell in love with them. So if the man has all the qualities of a good man, so sometimes that might be what you're looking for, but you wind up falling in love with
Yep.
that person because he's holding you down, he's leading you, he's guiding you. So maybe your intention of getting into the relationship isn't just about the money, but maybe like all girls different. Now, some girls might just stay in it for the money and then cheat and you don't. Yeah, that's a parasite.
Yeah, it
But
happens.
if you get with a man just because you know you realize like, oh, he got a lot of stuff going on with him. He got a lot of good. You know what I mean. He got this. He got shit going on. I might not love you at first, but I'm dating you because I'm trying to get to fucking know you because I know you got all these other good qualities that I know is what I'm looking for.
Right.
So that's
Love
what I'm saying.
takes
That's why
time.
I honestly believe in like traditional relationships. And I don't care what no one says. From the beginning of time, men always had to work for the pussy. Always had to
True.
come with something. Always had to bring something. Always had some value. They always had to.
Yes,
it's
adding
gonna forever
value.
be like that. That doesn't make a woman a leech or a gold digger.
Right.
Now, what makes him a leech or gold digger if that's literally your only purpose? Like you're not pouring back into him. You're not
Right.
adding nothing to the relationship. You're literally
the
just
reciprocation.
taking.
So
then you're a leech.
so let me ask you a question now because you actually proven our point. You said since the beginning of time, men have had to work for the pussy.
Yeah.
But now you're also saying that us working for the pussy is wrong. Hold on. No. I'm not saying you. No, forcing is wrong.
But
Forcing
I
is
never said
wrong.
working for the pussy was wrong.
Right.
I never said that.
No.
You know me.
I know that. Right.
What he said, Quan. What he said, Quan. What he said, Quan, right?
What the fuck you talking
What I'm
about?
saying-
That's just how it should be. Because as a woman, you should be having yourself at a higher standard. You should be having yourself. You should have boundaries. You should set. That's what men want. They don't want a girl that's just gonna be out here sleeping with bums and just giving it up to anybody.
Or
You should
being
have some type of
easy.
fucking standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I okay. I get that. Tiana, you got anything to say?
All I'm gonna say is there's everybody for everybody, anybody for everybody, and
It's okay.
like if you guys want to work on a certain arrangement on like a certain relationship, it's like, oh, I do this, she does that, then that's fine. That's your private life and stuff. But I want to get back to if Diddy's a monster. I think he's a monster is because certain things that he did, he didn't get caught, which he thought it was good. But then after he gets caught
with these allegations and people coming forward, his security guards, his closest people that worked with him are actually saying like different stories that are webbing with other people's stories, and now he's like trying to make a public apology about it so he won't like go to jail or whatever, like just pay for his crimes that he's doing. So he basically needs to be punished for all of that stuff that he was accused of, and if it's true, then he needs to go to jail.
If it's true,
but if it's not, he's still gonna be the bad person.
Now look, listen,
in everybody, in most people's eyes.
The reason why I tried to go the route of saying that what happened with Cassie may have been a one-off event and something that we can't, the man is a sum total. We can't just say, look, that one thing makes a monster. The reason why I did that is because I actually wanted to get into what he was actually charged for. And I wanted to ask you guys, does he deserve his day in court?
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Okay, does he deserve his day in court? Because, all of the things he's been accused of, if that shit is true, he's the worst monster. I'm not saying that's not the point. If what he did was true, he's the worst monster. However, I believe that you need your day in court to prove whether or not these allegations are true and whether or not these allegations are false. But we don't need a day in court to see what he did to Cassie, which was some fucked up shit.
It's obvious.
Okay, it was obvious.
They just took too long to do it. They took
did.
way
We
too long.
watched that.
And not only that, back in the day, that was normal.
Mm-hmm.
That was normal to take somebody that was under 18, take them to parties, because
or even
you're getting
15,
famous,
16.
you're getting
I think she was
money for
under
it.
18.
No, I was just saying, like, just other
Other
people
artists
who have
and
like
other-
money,
mhm.
or somebody who's really famous that comes to like a 16-year-old girl and their parents saying
Like a young
I want
actress
her.
or
She has
artist.
talent.
Justin Bieber.
Everything about it, Justin Bieber,
Right.
Yeah.
Usher.
what's
And
her
they're
name?
all like
Yeah.
connected into
Foxy
some
Brown,
kind of
all
like
them came
nasty.
in when they were very, very young kids,
mhm.
and they were at these parties. They were in these pictures. They was
Yeah, like that was
drinking,
normal back
smoking.
then, because it's like that's perfect. That was perfectly normal, just as long as we got money. Now, at this day and age, where everybody's like, okay, well, I want to stand up for myself because now I got evidence. But then now, like with the court cases, they said something about like, oh, if it's past like 10 years or a certain amount of years, you can't bring it up anymore.
Yeah.
But Cassie's was one
Yep,
of those
statute of
cases
limitations.
that were just like, oh, she was just fibbing, she was lying, she's not all that. We're just gonna dismiss the case. But now they're bringing it up just like as proof of like something happened, and maybe all of these different stories that other people are talking about is proof on proof on proof on everybody else's case.
Mm-hmm.
Like the security guard is connected to 2 or 3, 4 other people who are not as famous,
Right.
and they got marked. Like they literally were watching TV, seeing Diddy making all this fame and fortune and all this publicity, and they're just like crying at home, looking at like how famous he's getting. Now he's getting what he deserves with all of these accusations if they're true, and that's what I want to put across, because there's just certain things that people can get away with that was like, oh, probably normal back when they were younger, like back in the day, but now we're getting more laws now. Excuse me. We're getting more laws now to say, oh, hey, if this happened to you during this certain time, we can fight for you.
Okay.
So we have like,
Okay. I think we really pulled the juice out of that topic there. Definitely touched a lot of nerves. Taja, I love you. I don't want you to think that I'm sorry. Okay, I love you. I love
Give
you.
it like 3 weeks.
Like we have our differences in opinion, but remember, this is a podcast and it's made to have the objective opinions, and that's what we're here for, right? We're here to have these objective opinions. I just want you guys to know I don't believe in the fucked up shit that he did to Cassie. I do not believe in a man coercing a woman in any way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not how I get down. Is that considered grape? I don't know. But for me, I just do not consent to that type of behavior. I don't consent to men forcing themselves upon women in any way. Okay? No means no. And if a woman says no, get your ass up out of there.
Right.
That's how I feel. That's how my niggas rock. We don't.
You don't condone it,
one
right?
no is good enough for us. Okay, one no is good enough for us. If a man is working at it and then he ends up getting it, can you say he asked me 3 times and I willingly opened my leg, but because he asked me 3 times it's rape? I don't think so. However, that's not how I get down. One time, I'm backing the hell up. That's all I'm saying. So I do respect all of y'all opinions on the matter. We did touch some nerves in here, and to me, everybody had a good intellectual point of view. Some people got a little upset. Tasha wanted to punch me in the head. That's why I
spoke once.
If a nerve was touched.
That's why I call her.
Bottle would have already been across somebody's head.
First of all, that's why I called you thug equivalence. You was about to pop. It's like,
Thug equivalence. I don't like this name.
you was about to pop with me. All right, look. All right, so all right, let's get to our next topic.
I'm just chilling.
So, all right. Well, first of all, let's get to the comments first, real quick, and then we're gonna get to our next topic. Let's get to the comments first.
I'm not gonna talk politics.
No.
Don't forget to vote.
Okay.
Please
Trump
vote.
is gonna be out in Allentown tomorrow.
Please vote.
Trump.
That's all we're gonna say.
That's why
Please.
the kids gotta have a day of
Make
school.
America great again.
All right. Look. Let's get to
No,
the comments.
just vote.
Let's get to the comments. Okay. Unbiased says, he gives a definition for grape. He said involves non-consensual intercourse where consent is absent due to force. Move that. Threats of the victim. Incapability to give consent, such as through the influence of drugs or alcohol.
That's exactly what Fauna said.
So technically, if you can consent, I can't coerce unless hold on. Unless
that you just read.
hold on.
Consensual intercourse.
Right.
So that means if she says yes,
We're-
and you do it, he's stating that.
Hold on. He said we're consent.
Coercion.
Well, it says we're Listen though. It says where consent is absent due to force. So I had to force you in some way, right? That's why I said back in the day it was you had to hold you down, I had to drug you, I had to do something, threaten you, tell you. Now coercion in the sense of saying like, look, if you don't do this, I'm going to do something to your kids. Or I'm going. That's coercion. That's rape. That's bullshit.
Threatening.
That's threatening. Right. All of that. But the lover boy method or just trying to shoot his shot or
But that's not. We wasn't considering that. That's not. We said there was nothing wrong with that.
Okay, good. All right, he was just giving a definition. All right, let's go down. Every black man says, let's say most are women from the USA in the way. Period. All right, go down.
About choking somebody. He said he choked somebody on there.
He says this can range from unwanted touching or fondling to forced sexual acts that stop short of penetration. The common thread here is the lack of consent.
They say look it up and they put it in the comments. I like
They put it in the comments. All right.
that.
Tony Note says free Diddy.
No free Diddy.
No.
Colleen Berry Jr. says free Diddy till it's backwards. All right, we got some different opinions. We got some different opinions. Regardless, this is what I'll say, and I'll end the topic here. I'll end the topic here. If the man did what he did and what he's confused of, he needs to be under the jail till it's backwards. All right, he need to be under the jail till it's backwards.
That's why they made
You
T-shirts.
see that video of him with Barack Obama, bro? Barack Obama was incoherent as a motherfucker, bro. I think he
All
did
right,
it.
let's get to our next topic. All right, our next topic, and I'm gonna start with Taja on this one because
Why you want to start with me?
because I want you to be back in the game. All right, we love you. All right, look. So Quana put out a post earlier. Quana, you put out a post. You want to tell the people what the post said? One you told me about last night.
Quana not fucking with you either.
Which one? That's
I wonder what your wife
It's a
gonna
beautiful
say.
day to put a nigga on child support.
It's a beautiful day to put a nigga on child support.
That's funny.
Don't ask me. I don't got no kids. All right.
It's a
I ain't got
beautiful.
no kids. I feel like this is a topic for somebody with kids.
It's a beautiful day to put a nigga on child
Yeah,
support.
I don't got kids, so
Who has kids?
I can't really.
Out of everybody, you got kids. All right, so you don't have kids.
No.
You got kids.
No, me
All
and Taja don't got kids, so we're out of the conversation.
No. We still want your opinion on it. Okay, beautiful day to put a nigga on child support. Quana, I need you to explain to me. Explain to me what was your line of reasoning and thought behind it's a beautiful day to put a nigga on child support.
Because there's a lot of women out here that are allowing these deadbeat ass niggas to live their best life and not take care of their responsibilities. And I don't care You gonna take care of your motherfucking kid, and if you can't pay it, you gonna suffer some goddamn consequences. You're not just about to just not be taking care of your kid. Point blank. Period. I don't even care if I don't get the money. You're gonna have some type of goddamn consequences. Now you can't go out the country. Yeah, no passport. You might have to sit in jail here and there.
No license.
And you're gonna think, you're gonna think about, damn, maybe I should have been a dad.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that. Tiana, I want to know what's your opinion on that. How you feel about child support?
So I go two ways with this because I was in this situation before, but not with like my current child. So I'm gonna say there are some women out there that will put a man on child support, not just a man, a significant other who was a part of making a child on child support just out of spite. And then you have the other situation where mothers are fighting, working 24 hours, taking care of their child when they get home, have paying for daycare and stuff, and then the father's just like out of the picture. He's having his best life, like you said, like in the Caribbean, fucking 2-3 other girls at the same time, like
making more kids.
making more money and not like reporting it and stuff. And it's just like you're just suffering, and then it's like, oh well, he needs to take responsibility. So I go two ways with that, but there are some fathers out there that need to be on child support where they'll pay it or they'll just go to jail for it. And then there'll be some of those where they'll
and there's
don't
actually
go to jail.
some guys that honestly do prefer to be on child support. There is some guys that actually do like the convenience of not having to deal with their baby mamas, not having to deal with their there is some guys that is okay because if you know that the money's really going towards you, because there's some guys that are okay with it.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day. Now I don't think that any man that's actually in their kid's life and that is a part of their kid's life and is trying to be a father, that's being a father, should be put on child support.
It's just like for no
child
double
support
like
is for the motherfucker who's really not doing shit.
Yeah, for if you're not doing anything at all. And then I heard a case where the father actually went to jail for not paying child support, and he asked for a DNA test. That's it, and she's like, "No, I'm not giving you a DNA test." And then they'll go on TV to get like a small little court
You were
case
just
on
talking
TV,
about this outside
and they're
with
like,
the
"But you are
parental
not
court."
the father," and it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, see, that's why I didn't trust you on putting me on child support.
All right, big shout out to my boy, my cousin Pookie in the chat, man. He going hard in the chat, man. AV Black man, it's my brother, my cuddy. Love you. All right, Talisha, you got kids. I want to know how you feel about child support. What's your synopsis? What's your opinion?
I mean, I think it's necessary for the people that need the state to tell you that you have a financial responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So if you already know when you have a child that you have a financial responsibility, then child support isn't a thing. But if you aren't smart enough to know that and the state has to let you know, hey, guys, this is your financial responsibility. You know what I mean? That's what child support is for me. You know what I mean? So it's actually, it's unnecessary. It's only necessary to the people who don't get it.
And do I believe, now let me get to, because I know what you're going to touch on. Do I believe that child support have broken families and is keeping certain families apart? Yes, I do believe that. Do I believe that certain women believe that they don't need the man because of child support? I do believe that. But I don't believe in every case that is the case. There really is some guys out there who really just don't want to be a father. A lot of men, not all men, because there is a lot of good men out there. There's a lot of good fathers. I'm never going to discredit the good fathers or the good men out there. But there is a lot of men that are good fathers when you're in the relationship. And then once there is no longer you and them and you are no longer sleeping with them no more, they don't take care of their kids. And it happens a lot. And it is something that really does happen. So in those cases, I do believe that if, you know, once we break up, now you're not helping me out financially. You don't feel like you're obligated to buy the kids stuff, get the kids, pick them up, help me do the same things that you, just because you break up, everything, you still got to do all the same shit that you was doing. We just got to split it. You get what I'm saying? We should still be working together as a team. Now, if you think because we break up, now you can just go and live your fucking best life, then yeah, I do believe that child support does break up families, but I do believe in certain cases it is necessary.
So would you agree or disagree that there is a lot of women as well that once you break up, they begin to kind of keep the kid from the man, or should I say put the kid in a position to where they, the man's rights, quote unquote, towards that kid is no longer respected as much.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said
it's like a agree to disagree. Like
some girls are spiteful.
Some girls will be petty.
Hold on, men too. Let's not skip that.
Yeah.
No. We just talked about the men.
I would say there are women out there that will say, "I'm gonna put you on child
Sadly,
support because I want."
Yeah,
There's some spiteful women out there that will just put a man on child support just because, and they'll be making more money, and they just want the extra money from him. They want to make that man feel miserable. Yeah. Like it's just like a two-way street. Like it's just different stories. How men will act on child support if they don't take care of their child at all. No visits. No buying Happy Meals from McDonald's, not even taking them outside for a park, like nothing at all. They should be.
But let me solve this for y'all though.
Be on child support.
Start giving these men their children.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Let me tell you, I did that with my ex-husband. You should have seen the outrage from the females. It was crazy. These women giving me, This doesn't make you less of a mother. It doesn't make you less of a mother, and we got to stop that looking at women less because the father has their children. He's just as much as a father to my children as I am as a mother to them. And he has them full time right now.
Wow.
Okay. And
Taja, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure you believe in a woman's right to choose, right? You believe in a woman's right to choose, right? So, a woman has the right to choose whether or not she terminates her pregnancy, right? Or she wants to face the consequences of her actions and not be a mother at this particular time. Do you think men have that same right to choose not to be a father? Like, for example, if you can say, "Look, I'm going to abort my baby because I'm not in the financial or I'm not in the current, proper physical state, mental state, emotional state, financial state." To have a child at this moment, so therefore I'm going to get an abortion. Do you believe a man should have the right to say, "Look, I'm not in the current mental state, I'm not in the current emotional state, I'm not in the current financial state to have a baby. So even though you want to have the baby and it's not my choice on whether I should or not, but it is my choice on whether I want to be in that baby's life." Do you think a man should have the right to, quote unquote, abort himself out of the baby's life if a woman can abort the baby itself?
My answer to the question, honestly, I think what the fuck? I think people do that like anyway. Like we're all born with free will. Like you shouldn't be concerned if you feel in your heart of hearts you don't want to have a kid. You tell this woman you don't want to have a child, and that's not what you want, and you decide that you're not going to stay in the baby's life. That's your choice. Nobody can stop you from making that decision. But does that decision make you a bad person? Is a different question. I think that should be.
Does it make you a bad person?
Yes. It doesn't matter. My thing is, you're two consenting adults. You having sex. Both of you have the ability to protect yourself. Not just her, not just you, but both of you have the ability to protect yourself from that situation happening. So at the point where both of you were irresponsible, now it's a decision for both parties. Now if she decides she want to keep the baby, and he tell her multiple times, "I don't want to have a baby with you. I don't want to have a baby with you. I would like you to have an abortion." And then he step out. She can only be mad at herself because he told you multiple times, "I don't want to have no baby with you."
But let's go back to the point of.
I think at that point, can she be mad at him? Yes, but I think.
But let's go back to the point of.
You should take responsibility.
Let's go back to the point of: does that make you a bad person? So you said it makes a man a bad person if he decides to remove himself from the life of a child he created.
Yeah, because you willingly created this child, and now you're feeding into this now system that is just like created where we just have like parentless children, because it's not just fatherless or motherless. It's still going to be a fucked up kid regardless.
So let me ask you this question now: does it make the mother a bad person if she decides to abort her child?
A bad person
even if he wants to keep it.
If he wants to keep it and she decides to. Yes, I think that was.
So it does make a mother a bad person. So you're a bad person.
It's the same. That's the same principle. I don't look at men and women. I'm not like.
I respect that.
It's a person thing. It's case by it's the same. To me, it's the same situation. Like if she want to keep the baby and you don't, and you decide to leave, that make you fucked up. If he want to keep the baby and you don't, and you go and make the decision for both of y'all to have an abortion and you know, terminate the pregnancy, that's a decision that you wasn't really yours to fully make by yourself.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so you mentioned free will, and that goes into pro-choice. It's like everybody has the right to make the decisions for their own life.
Yeah.
But that don't necessarily mean that don't make you a fucked up person.
Yeah, and not when you're making a decision for, because that's not a decision for your life. People get that fucked up. That's not a decision for your life. You're making a decision. Y'all making a decision for a life together. Like if you decide to have,
I'm gonna make that a short. I like it.
If y'all decide to have an abortion, then you decide to terminate the pregnancy, whatever. But if you just,
but y'all should have decided to wrap it up before.
Exactly. That's
let's
be
use the contraceptive.
Should have decided way before that.
Wait, you made a really good point, and I have a really good question. So, based off of what you just said, do you think abortion should exist?
Yes, we had this conversation. I was on this. Yes.
Yes.
I
It's
think
not
trying to
mainly just for,
terminate.
like-
I was gonna say I don't want to get too deep in it, but not even just that, but just like this idea of terminating abortion is, I think, is asinine. Because if we look at how the world already is set up, how the economy is, just in that perspective, like let's take everything else out of it, because I don't want to hear nothing about the politicking and all that. Like, China they literally trying to have laws where you can only have 2 kids. In North Korea, they already got that law. Like, they trying to make that shit all the way because it's overpopulated. That's why we don't need to ban abortion, because what the fuck is going to happen? It's going to keep getting worse, and then the whole world going to be overpopulated. What do you do then? Like,
So let me ask you a question now.
The world is already overpopulated.
It's going to get even worse if they ban it. It's already overpopulated and we have abortion.
I don't
Imagine
think
you
it's
ban that shit.
overpopulated. It's just too many people not doing enough to help the infrastructure of the world. It's just everybody's trying to do an easier job to make money.
It's also just way too many fucking people and not enough money. Like, it's not enough. The way that we have set up our world, it's not set up for this kind of.
So let me ask you a
many people,
question.
the kind of
Let me
world
ask
that
you a
we live.
question, Taja. You go out to Viral Lounge one night, right? Love's Lounge, right?
Not the Viral Lounge.
Tipsy's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You go to
Come on now.
Tipsy's. Tipsy's on a Sunday night with Quanta Taddy and DJ Shy. Woo woo.
Yes.
Okay, right? You know, have a couple Mai Tais. You meet a guy you think that's extremely attractive, and you know, you end up having sex with this man. You end up having sex with this man, right? You didn't want to get pregnant at that moment, but you ended up pregnant. Would you have an abortion? Home.
Well, this is real.
Would you have an abortion? No, I'm just saying, would you get an abortion?
There needs to be some kind of conversation. There needs to be some kind of conversation with that person that she.
No, but it's yes or no.
But I just want to. I want to know, would she?
Okay, I'm not
more
gonna
than
do,
just a
yeah,
yes
because
or no.
I can't just it's not a yes or no
it's not a
question.
yes or no.
How I would feel, but I want to. I think the question is, would I want to? Would I want to have that baby? No, I would not. So depending on the conversation had with the person, that's how you proceed with the decision. Maybe.
True.
If you can't get a hold of that person, now that decision is yours to make. But if they want to have a say, I'm gonna let them have a say. Like, now, am I going to? This is my thing, because men do it. So personally, this is how I feel. You want to have a baby? You want me to have this baby? Cool. I'm gonna have this baby. I'm gonna pop it out and give it right to you. Cool. That's fine. Or you give it up. But
so you would have the baby though.
If you really like so far against abortion that you like, you're about to kill my child. No, I'm not gonna. It's my own personal conscience. Like, I'm not gonna do that because I wouldn't want somebody to do it to me. If I wanted to, I wouldn't want you pressuring me, kill. I want you to have this. I want you to have this baby.
Okay, all
wouldn't want somebody
right.
to do that.
So let me rephrase the question slightly. You had sex with this man, whatever. You don't even know who he is. You can't get in touch with him, whatever the case may be. He has no say in the matter. You have the 100% complete say in the matter. You're pregnant at this time. Would you have the abortion? If you forget what he said.
If you can't get in contact with him, then it's her choice.
Yeah, there's my choice.
No,
to make.
your
And
choice to
my
make,
answer
exactly.
Is that I'm not. Why would I? What? No.
Would you get it? You wouldn't.
Yes, I'm not keeping no baby.
All right, yeah. Shout out to Taja.
No.
Oh, you not? You are having an abortion.
So listen. I am a pro-choice person. I believe that people should make their own decisions. Now, I personally have never been in that decision in that place, but I don't think that I could ever actually have an abortion. So if it came to that, no, I would probably give it up for adoption.
Okay.
I don't think
Well, at least you're consistent. You said You don't believe in it. You said you think it's wrong.
Podcast, I'm consistent.
You consistent, and I like that. All right, I'm gonna ask Brianna the same question.
Oh my.
Brianna, are you keeping a one night stand, baby?
This question,
See,
It's supposed to be.
this is hard because I'm a child who had already been in the foster care system, so it's kind of sensitive towards me a little bit. And I really did not want to have this conversation, but now we're having it. Okay, so would I keep a child out of a one night stand? Not necessarily, but I wouldn't abort it either. You know, I believe all life deserves to have a second chance. Now, if a baby doesn't survive, you know, the first few trimesters, I wouldn't overwork my body for that, because, you know, sometimes a woman's body sometimes is very sensitive too. So, like, depending on, like, you know, how we're taking care of ourselves depends on how the baby's gonna grow. So it's a very sensitive thing too. So for me, I would say no, but not that I would abort it though, if that makes any sense. Right.
Okay, so you're the same way. You're adoption, but you wouldn't necessarily get an abortion.
Right.
I like the answers that y'all are giving. I really do, because they're consistent and they show a respect for the life of this innocent life of this child that's growing inside you. So it's like, you know what? You guys don't believe in it. You believe that a man should have a say whether or not he should have the baby, right. And on top of that, you say you'll give it up for adoption, but you wouldn't have an abortion. I like that. I appreciate that, and I love y'all for that. Like that's.
And I would like to say
that's to me responsibility. Both responsibility, taking responsibility for your actions.
Despite what you see in the media, because the media will tell you a lot otherwise. From my personal experience and what I've heard from the many women that I've met, it's very similar to what you hear on this couch. Like the consensus of just like doing, that's very, I think it's a smaller number than is what's thought. Like people just going out and just doing whatever the fuck they want, like abortion clinic every other day. I think that's
it's repetitive.
It's a very like the number is slimmer than you think it is. It's not as big. Like the majority of women are not.
Yeah, but I think it's upon how you look at it though, because there's a lot of women that take Plan B, which is a form of abortion. There's a lot of women that take the pill, which is a form of abortion.
I think that's
okay. It's a form. I'm not saying it is exactly. I'm just saying it's one of the things that.
Because I don't think that personally, I don't think a Plan B pill, and that's getting deep into it, but that to me is not a form of abortion. That's a form of contraception. Because you take a Plan B after you have sex, not after you find out you're pregnant. You take a Plan B after sex. That's contraception.
I kind of agree with that. Because it basically stops it from even getting to the end.
To that part.
To get to that part. Yeah. So I do understand that. I get what you're
saying. I totally agree with you there. I think the jury is kind of out on Plan B, but I kind of agree with that it's more of a form of contraception as opposed to you getting pregnant. This baby is growing inside of you. You know what I'm saying? It's getting a heartbeat. It's getting and then you actually go ahead okay.
That's to me. That's
the thing is though, and I love my black people. Unfortunately, based off of stats, black women only make up 8% of the woman population, yet they do 42% of the abortion. So right now we are actually killing ourselves.
Sheesh.
So yes.
I wonder why.
And the point of this being was this just
I would say, well, no, you had stated that it happens less often than you think, but it happens very often.
But I said it happens less often than the media will portray. I didn't say anything about
it happens a lot more than the media portrays. Actually, a lot more.
In what demographic? Because you're just bringing up.
I think you guys.
I'm not bringing up a
I think you guys are both right. I think you guys are both right because Taj is right. Taj is right in the sense that it does happen less than the media portrays, in the sense that they act as though 100% of women is down with this shit, and only 42% of women is less than half of the women that's actually down with it. But I think you're right.
Why does it happen?
But I think you're right in the sense that it's happening more often than it should.
Yes,
it's happening more often than it should. But the question that I really wanted to ask was, do you think that it's fair that a man should not have to pay child support and abort himself out the child's life if he doesn't want a baby, if the women can abort the actual child if she doesn't want a baby? And I think y'all all agreed with that. Quanta made a good, interesting point last time we talked about this, which was, you know, if you state from the beginning, I don't want to have nothing to do with this child, as opposed to you being in the child's life for 2 or 3 years and then trying to remove yourself at that point. You remember that point you made? You know, then at that point,
I think I feel like it just is more worse when at the end of the day, even though it's not right that the woman has the choice by herself solely legally to abort the kid, I just think it's just at the end of the day, as any real man, even if he didn't want the child, it's his blood. Like, you should just step up. Any real man would just step up and do what needs to be done, even if he didn't want the child.
Agreed.
Right.
Now, I do feel like the laws is just not fair. I feel like when it comes to abortion, I feel like if a woman's pregnant and a man wants to try to fight for his kid in court, I think that a man should be able to take a woman to court and fight for her to keep the baby. And whether they agree upon him having full rights if he really wants the baby and her signing over the rights when it's done, I think that the men should have a chance to fight, because it isn't right that I could just go kill your baby just off of just my choice, because it's really not just my baby. I don't think that it's fair that us women have the sole choice of doing it because it's my body, my choice, but at the end of the day, that's a part of them. So it is our body, yes, but you allowed that man to put a piece of him inside of you, and now that your body is there's a piece of him in your body.
Exactly.
So you get what I'm saying? So I do think that that's not fair. I do think that guys should be able to take a woman to court and be like, hey, like, this is why I'm financially stable. I want my kid. I'm gonna fight for my kid. I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my kid. If she wanna give me all the rights, I'll take all the rights when the baby's born. I think guys should have that opportunity.
If they mutually don't want it, I think they should both sign off on the fact that they want an abortion, so that way it clears the air on if it will happen or not.
Yeah, you know, I think I actually think, you know, normally when we have these abortion conversations, this is real, you know, split, you know, but I think we kind of agreed more than anything than we actually disagreed on this particular matter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, to me, are some enlightened women, you know what I'm saying? And as two women who have children and two women who are just real smart and intellectual, y'all understand the nuances, and the nuances exist. It's like, I don't want to have this kid, I should be able to remove myself. You don't want to have this kid, you should be able to abort the kid. But it doesn't mean you're not a fucked up person for that decision you make. Everybody has free will, but that don't mean the decision you made with that free will makes you a good person. Exactly. Exactly.
That 20-year-old child coming to your job like, is you my daddy? Or is you my mama? That's your.
No, it's 100% true. It's 100%.
The longest yard.
The game plan.
Yeah, the game plan. Where your 13-year-old daughter just pops up like, whoa, look at your daughter now.
And I think, and we'll end that here and then go to the next topic. I really think that
she has to step out before the next topic.
Step out? Yeah. You gotta go? Yeah. Okay. I do really think that, you know, if there is a heaven, a lot of us gonna get there, and them kids we aborted gonna be like, fuck you.
Yo, what? Okay, so as her final parting words, I would just like to bring up before she goes our wardrobe collection. We did talk about it a little bit in the beginning, but as you can see, we all are wearing the collection.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Sorry, Brie.
My bad.
I'm sorry.
My bad. It's okay.
But we are going to have a website set up soon, so that you can purchase. We have a fashion show coming up in April. So
we only have 35 minutes left to this podcast.
Oh yes,
we got 35 minutes left. Can you stay for the 35?
No. I've just been gone a long time.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I will see you guys later.
All right,
but yes, we have a live coming up. So yes.
But I will.
All right, cool.
So you guys make urban clothes?
Yeah.
All right, could you slide down then? To the middle. Yeah, yep. Fact about it, you take that mic and you give her that mic.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. All right, cool, perfect. Yeah, 35 minutes left. Okay. All right, cool. So, did you want to say something else about your fashion? Or that was good.
Just that we have a live video event coming up on Black Friday where we're going to be selling a whole bunch, not just the clothing line, but a whole bunch of other stuff. Have models trying on the clothes, and even have live models walking around in the clothes live. So.
Okay.
And they spending their own money too, bro. So y'all better fucking support. If you don't show up,
right? This is
you gotta show up,
small
out and show love.
Small business, black owned support,
right?
us.
We'll find you. We know where you live. All right, so
We're not
I-
struggling.
So
No,
how
we're
can
not.
we struggle?
I am not struggling. Please.
I'm not struggling. I'm okay.
No. All right, so our
Okay.
next topic, and maybe our last topic for the night, depending upon how long we go on this particular topic. And I want to start with Quando on this one. Do you think? Because we asked the body count question before, right? Does body count matter with a woman, right? All right. So do you think that there is a double standard, right, with body count for men or body count for women? Or maybe I should ask the question in this way and say, does body count for a man count as much as body count does for women?
How many people
How many
you slept
sexual
with?
partners you've had? That's what body count.
I would say how many sexual partners made you actually come? That body count right there. That's a body count.
No, if he
That's a body count.
If he entered, that's a body count.
All right, go ahead, Quando.
TT's just like.
So, I would say that in the times that we live now, body count doesn't matter as much. But I think more for like a lot of men, body count does matter. I do think that we keep taking it back to the beginning of time. Our value as a woman has always been in our whatchamacallit, I can't get the word.
Part
for
of the
it.
attraction.
No, like our keeping our legs closed. Like our
purity?
our purity of a woman
yeah.
is always what
Connected
has
to the
made a
coochie.
woman more higher value.
Right, the celibacy.
But I do believe that in the times that we live now, it's a lot different. It's a lot, dating's different. Things are more difficult. I think as long as you're not out here literally like just giving it up all crazy, like you know what I mean, just respect yourself. I think everything's all on how you do it, really. I know that there's definitely is a double standard when it comes to men, which I don't really understand it. I get it in a sense, but I don't really understand it because I think that you can catch the same diseases that I can catch. You can have kids just like I can have kids, and you put in your
Hold on. Finish your statement.
That doesn't make any sense. I said you can have kids just like I can have kids. So if a guy's having
Same
sex with a
conversation we
woman,
just got off.
he can have kids just like I can have kids. The only difference from a woman is if you're having sex with multiple men, you might not know who your kid's father is. But that's not what I said. What I said was you can have kids just like I can have kids.
Right.
That is a fact. So let me get back to what I was saying. So I think that body count does matter on both sides. It's just the way things is. For some reason, at the end of the day, most women are attracted to the guys who get the most bitches anyways.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So body count does matter. Okay, good. Brianna, I want to ask you the same question. Does body count matter as much for men as it does for women?
As for men, it does for women. I feel like as women, we don't necessarily care too much about it, but at the same time, we are sensitive to a certain extent because, mind you, we could all catch the same diseases as a man would. So, it's always good to like keep up with your hygiene and make sure that you are normally testing yourself and making sure that you are good, so that way when you're in these relationships and you are having sexual relations, that you're good and yet your partner is good as well too. You know what I mean? And I agree the same way as if it was for a woman. I feel like as women we need to keep ourselves clean and make sure that we're like A1 before anything as well. You know what I mean? Because there's certain women, not all women, that don't normally but and then there's some dudes
Bree don't like saying words.
I like to try to keep it classy as best as I can, but but
they're not
for
clean.
a certain right, so
they're not clean.
Now
They're not clean. Like
and it's usually the ones that aren't right.
They're dirty.
So
They're dirty.
So with the let's just say the dirties, right? I'm gonna just say this simple as possible. People who don't normally take care of themselves are usually the ones with the higher body count. That's what I'm going towards. Now, the people who are more hygienic and are, upkept, should I say, are, we're usually the ones with a low body count. Now, usually when somebody with a higher body count, normally, these are just from what I know, from what I've also heard and what I've experienced myself too, is like, so So
All right, I think I kind of get your point.
She said, "I'm not trying to go to hell." 3. What?
I get your point. You're saying that women who don't take care of themselves as much
like it's
have
for
a higher
both
body
parties.
count.
It's for both parties. It's
But
like there's some people and then there's some people
But
that.
what's the
you
answer
know.
to the question? What's your answer to the question?
You think body count matters or it doesn't?
To men as much
It
as
matters
To
to a
men
certain
as much
extent.
as much to women.
It matters
to a certain
to it.
extent.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're reticent to actually take a particular stand on it, and you are ambiguous in your answer. And okay, I get that. Draco, I want to ask you the question the same without being disrespectful. All right. Does body count matter for men as much as it does for women?
Yes, body count matters a lot to men, and much more to men than it does to women. 100%.
So in a
not 100%. In most cases.
in a negative or positive way.
In a negative way.
So a man with a higher body count is worse than a woman with a higher body count.
No, you're saying the opposite. You said the
A
opposite.
woman with a higher body count than a man is worse than a man with a higher body count than a woman.
Okay, explain your answer.
So it goes on to Quana's point. That's one of the cases on if she gets pregnant, she won't know who the daddy is, but I promise you that nigga knows how many bitches he nutted in. Another point is that when it comes down to it, women are the ones who choose who has consensual sex. So if they're just allowing to men to have what makes them most valuable so easily, then why would upstanding civilian or man take his time out to work for the same coochie you just let Lil Ray Ray have with no problem? That's the stance. that I'm taking.
Okay, so you think it's worse for a woman than it is for a man?
Correct.
All right, Tiana, is it worse for men? I mean, is men having a high body count the same as women having a high body count? Are they equal, or is it different standards, fair standards? I'm not saying oh, it's unfair and men get regarded this way, women get regarded that way. What I'm saying is, do you think there's a substantial difference, or it should be a difference, or you understand what I'm saying? Like,
So I think it's equal, but I feel like sometimes women are more judged on high men body count than with men with high body counts. But it goes either way. It's like you can have a woman judging a man because he has a higher body count than a woman, but it's just like you're complaining about that. But do you really want to look for a woman that only had sex for like what, more than with 5 people?
I would prefer that.
Like less people. Okay, so what if you want somebody with experience? What if she doesn't know what she's doing?
You teach her.
Okay, and then you teach her, and then she leaves you for another person.
That generally, well, I mean,
that's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
at that point, I wouldn't
so
care,
either way, like, she has experience with things, and she's kind of on the freaky side, right? So she knows how to do this and that because she has a high body count, which educates her for how men like to get their wing wang doodled.
Okay, so hold up. The one
Not
thing
the-
that
it
I
was
wanna
the
say
wang
that-
wang doodle.
Listen,
I was trying to keep it clean.
My cousin had told me something before that actually made sense when it comes to that. So technically, the reason why it's better when a woman has a higher body count, she has more expectations when it comes to sex. Like, okay, so boom, let's say if a woman was only with one man and you never were with nobody else, you're not going to be sitting there worried about every other dick and what the fuck is going on because that's all you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why sometimes it's harder for sometimes a higher body count can affect you in a negative way sometimes because now you have all this experience, so your expectations is a lot more higher, and you're like this big freak, and this man can't do enough for you because you're freaked out.
You sound like Draco, yo.
No, but you're freaked out. No, I'm
Not
wrong.
freaked out. I like that.
You get what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? So
No,
I think there could be a positive thing to that where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you get a girl and she knows everything and she's taking care of you, but then it can also be a negative thing because whatever you're lacking, or she's thinking about how this nigga used to eat her pussy. Like, yeah, you might got good dick, he got good dick, but this nigga ate my ass. This nigga,
He licked my toes.
This nigga,
Not the
ate
big
strawberry.
Don't get the
Question, Juana.
Yeah.
Do any of you know what pair bonding is?
Huh?
Pair bonding. Do you know any of you
Like
know
soul
what pair bonding
ties.
is?
Oh,
the
soul ties.
ability to
Okay.
maintain within a long-term relationship. That is pair bonding. Do any of you know what that is?
No,
Well, I'm just hearing about the pair bonding,
Cool.
but I know about
Yeah.
soul ties.
The thing about
I heard
pair
about soul
bonding,
ties.
Unfortunately, with women's psychology, the more bodies y'all acquire, it's harder for y'all to remain in that relationship, as Quana was saying. It's only because, all right, so if it's like this, every time y'all have sex, y'all put y'all guard down. So that means, all right, so if Ray, he bought you a flower to put your guard down, you're like, and then he leaves you. You're like, oh shit, all right, Ray only got me a flower. All right, so now Tyrone's gonna come by with a flower and a chocolate bar. That drops your guard. So he did a little bit more than the last dude to get the game to be able to hit. Now the third dude got to do something, if not more, something different than the last two for him to get with you. And then now at that point, you're probably wondering, yo, is he going to stay after he hits? That's what pair bonding is for women, unfortunately. That's where Quana was going at.
Oh, okay.
All right, Taja, I want to ask you the same question. Do you think body count matters for men or for women, or do you think that it's a fair juxtaposition between body count for men versus body count for women?
I feel like y'all know how I'm going to answer this question.
I do, I really do, but the people don't.
Personally, I feel like they do. After watching this, I think that it should be the same. I don't do double standards. I feel that way in every aspect of my life. I don't do double standards. I don't do none of that bullshit. I think that we are all people. People should be equal. Period.
Period.
Like, and I don't care how all the other like females, if they all like a nigga that got crazy dick and that a nigga that got all these bitches on him. I don't.
I definitely do
I
not.
sure as hell don't. I don't want you, because it's just like I don't want no bullshit. I don't want no trauma. I don't want I don't want to have to deal with 20. I'm only 22. I don't want to. And I don't think that it should be I always see this post on Facebook, and it's like a whole bunch of niggas in line to fuck this bitch on a couch, and then it's a nigga in the back of the line with some fucking flowers, and they like, oh, make sure you're not the nigga in the back of the line. Why the fuck would I want? Why would I want to marry the nigga that was fucking this bitch and hopped out of line either? I'm not fucking the niggas that's standing in line to fuck this bitch either. And they not just standing in her line, they standing in 7 different, 12 different, 18, 24, a million, like mad different bitches, fucking mad different. I don't want that nigga either. I want the nigga that's gonna sit there and actually, take me serious and wait on it and take and actually give a fuck about it. Like, I don't know.
That one too.
And it'd be like, I don't know. This is my personal perspective on it. I think that people put a lot into this, like, how many people you fucked, and that's more important than what kind of person are you. Like,
right.
What are your, like, because everybody's so concerned about, like, oh yeah, like how many niggas you fucked. Like, that's so important. Like, how about you ask this bitch what her relationship is with her mom, with her dad? Like, how about you ask her a real question? Like, niggas, everything is so sexualized. Everything is about sex. And it just be like, well, that's why motherfuckers got these high ass body counts, because everything is about fucking sex. Y'all can't even have a conversation. You can't even get to know a bitch without asking her, what about you? What your pussy do? Like, how many niggas been in your pussy? Like, damn, can we have a fuck? Like, damn, like, always asking about some sex. That just lets me. I feel like that let me know where your brain is. Your brain is already in my pussy. Your brain already there.
Like men. I think a lot of, like, to me, I can't even say I judge the men that do care about body count. I think you got to do whatever works for you, like whatever is for you. But I think that, like, like, to me, most men don't really care about body counts. As long as you, like I said, there's different types of, it's how you do it. Really, it's really, it's not
how you go about it.
It's how you do it. Period.
And I think that, like, any man that would sit there and ask me what my body count, I wouldn't even.
I'm not gonna want to fuck with you no more, because you'd be like,
it's just like,
so
we're like,
but to your point,
right.
So let me cook for a second now. I'll let y'all talk.
No,
I'll let y'all talk. I'll let y'all talk. Let me cook for a second, right? All right.
I'm gonna give you your turn.
So I kind of agree with a lot of what y'all saying. The conversation is very nuanced. You have people who say, a woman with a bad father is going to have a high body count, but a woman with a strict father is going to have a high body count once she leaves that strict situation. You know what I'm saying? If she was deprived of certain things, once she gets out on her own, she could also have a high body count. And then I also think that women, and this is no disrespect, but I think that every woman has a whole phase. Now, listen to me. Hear me out. You know, you have women who were really, really reserved early in the game, and then later on in the game, they felt like they were missing something. So as a result, they kind of opened up themselves and was a little bit more free, right? Then you have women who were free earlier in the game and who had a high body count, but who experienced all of that shit and now say, you know what, I don't want that anymore. I want to, you know, have this one guy, and I want to experience love, and I want him to be there for me. So I do think the conversation is very nuanced. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just, you know, one right opinion or one wrong opinion. But I will say this. I believe body count for women is more detrimental than body count for men, only because women gain a lot of value from keeping their legs closed, right? If you have a key that can open one lock, that lock is a lot more valuable than you have a key that can open any lock, right?
If you have a lock that is opened by many keys, that is a useless lock.
That's what I meant to say. All right, I said it wrong. All right, but the point is that, you know, at the end of the day, women do gain a lot of value from, and I'm speaking as a man, okay, and what we value. And if y'all want men who value you, or if you want to understand what men value, then listen. Because the reality of the matter is, we don't want women that have been with every nigga. That is easy for men to access. Because the reality of the matter is, if men are so easy to access you, then our subconscious and conscious mind is thinking they will still be just as easy to access you when we're together, right? And then on top of that, we don't want the woman, like, where's the prize in that, right? It's like, I don't want the woman who everybody had, you know what I'm saying? So women have always gained a lot of value from keeping their legs closed. This is why y'all have a hymen. This is why God put a lock on your stuff. It's because, you know, at the end of the day, y'all the mothers of civilization. Y'all the mothers of civilization. You have children and new life grow in your womb. So your womb can't be polluted. And as he said, and Quana, you know, you won't even know who your baby father is if you out here screwing a lot of people. So evolution has dictated that in your very DNA. Hold on, real quick. Evolution has dictated that in your very DNA, you know, you are, you know, those who can keep their legs closed are the ones who are higher valued. Because we don't want you opening your legs and we don't even know who the fucking baby father is. You know what I'm saying? You end up on Maury and paternity court by opening your legs to anybody. But for us, it's just a little bit different. Then also I will say that men.
No, you're not on the podcast.
Hold on. Also, I will say that men have to kind of earn their way into women, right? We talked about it earlier, how men have to work their way into it, right? You know, women can literally, and I say this often, any one of y'all pretty beautiful women can go into a barbershop right now and say, yo, look, meet me in the back and I'm doing whatever y'all want to. And niggas gonna line y'all up, right? If I walked into a beauty salon and said, yo, meet me in the back, they gonna call the police. I'm gonna be on Facebook picture. They're gonna be like, this nigga a pervert, like, right? So,
but is that Bet's fault or women's fault? Because y'all the ones that taking this bitch to the back.
That's just how evolution has made us, right?
Oh.
So the reality of the matter is,
that's why they're saying that we have value in our.
You have value in keeping less body count.
In reality, we do, and it's always been like that. We always had more.
Bro, anything that's hard.
We open our own lock.
Anything that's harder to achieve is more respected.
That our bodies are like a temple.
Anything that's harder. Let me cook real quick. Anything that's harder to achieve is more respected, right? So if it's harder for me to get into y'all, but yet I found a way to get into y'all with impunity, right? Then the reality of the matter is that's going to be more respected. It's going to be highly valued. But if a woman can have sex with anybody, any one of y'all can go out right now to any club or bar and have sex tonight, like any one of y'all, and y'all know that y'all can just literally go there and just get a little promiscuous and have sex tonight. Men don't have that option. We literally be planning like, yeah, I'm gonna go get some tonight, and then they go out there and they end up not getting none. So
drink, come and fly, smell good, everything, bro.
exactly. So I think that for a woman
What
to,
if you're antisocial?
What do you mean?
I think for real quick, and then I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay, sorry.
I think for a woman to abuse that power that she has to basically screw anybody is always going to be viewed as less respect than a man gaining the power to screw anybody. But go ahead, I'm gonna let you talk. Go.
Oh no, I was just asking like a random question because I'm just like thinking, yeah, there's a lot of girls who are like, out there, they're bubbly, and there's some that are just very antisocial. I'm one of them.
Yeah, but
so it's just like, I don't know.
Social doesn't mean you ain't sleeping with people.
I feel like
There's a
just
lot
how
of
you
girls-
feel like how women should like close their legs. Why can't men close their legs?
It's
It's like because you need to man spread, right?
No,
you need to.
we're not saying, but it's the thing. We're not saying that's not the point. Like that is a fact. Like men should have to respect themselves, but we're just saying that's just what it is. No matter what, it's just what it's been and has always been. At the end of the day, and at the end of the day, I don't think we should really feel offended that
I
men
don't
hold us
think
to a
that's
higher
how it's
standard.
always been though, because I think
it's like how are you offended by the fact that we are held to a higher standard.
I don't think that it's an
but
offense.
I do think that a man also, to me as a woman, it doesn't feel good to me if I'm in a club and I know that there's 17 bitches in this club that my man fucked.
I would feel weird.
It is
as hell.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. It really is embarrassing. Like, damn, like, nigga, you got all these bitches up in the club that you fuck. And a lot of men think that us women don't care about that, but it does hurt us. Like, we do care. It does bother us as females. When we
overthink and we overanalyze
yeah,
it.
and he does have a high body count. That's why the girls be so insecure in some of those, when guys have high body counts, they be so insecure in their relationships where they fucking stressing y'all out. And y'all think they may have wanted you because you that nigga, but now that she's stressing you out because she's insecure because you done gave the dick to the whole town.
Hold on, but what's the ultimate prize for a woman, right? Than having a man that can have sex with anybody, but is choosing to have sex with you only.
Having a man that love and understand you and want only you, and don't matter who else he can fuck.
But
I don't give a fuck about.
I understand that. I understand that.
Like, what the fuck?
I understand that, but I'm talking about from a sexual perspective, right? Like, for a woman, if you have a man that could literally have any woman, but he chose you, to me, in my perspective, that means you are an ultimate prize, right? And that's how a lot of women think.
Yeah, but you just said also too that we hold the lock. We open up the lock, so technically we can have any man we want. So
exactly.
It's
So
vice versa then.
No, right?
Because if you can have any woman you want, and we can have any man. We
No,
want,
it is vice
we're both
versa.
prized.
No, it is vice versa. But what I'm saying is this: no, because there's only a rare few men who can have any woman they want. Every woman can have any nigga they want. So.
Okay, you're talking about the men that can.
No. What
You're
I'm
talking about the men that can have any woman they want. You said there's a rare few men. You're
no,
talking about the men.
right? But what I'm saying is, if you was a woman who had a man who all the women wanted, and he could have any accessible to any woman, right? And a nigga decided to say, you know what, I'm going to forget all of them girls and choose you. That is putting you on a pedestal. But if you're a man and you have a woman who is thotting around the world, then where's the real prize?
So if you had a woman who had a past, who no longer has a past, you tell me she can't be a prize?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is because y'all are. What I'm saying is because y'all are all born with that innate value to have any man you want.
Exactly.
Word.
Yeah, she was married to Kanye for like how long?
Just
and
'cause a
she
bitch not a
jumped on
prize
to
to
the
you
next
don't mean she
man,
not, yeah.
like after they divorced.
Kim Kardashian is considered
every
a
woman
prize to a
deserves
million
to be a prize.
men.
Every woman can be a prize after a high body count. It does not matter if you have a low body count or a high body count. You can still fix it up.
No, I
Yeah, by moving to another town.
Whole water the same after you fix that broken vase. No matter how much.
She can still be a prize. She can still be a prize.
No, I gotta go get that fine.
Same thing with men. Exactly the same way with men. You think like if you fuck at least 50 to 100 bitches and you have that one that one that you're like, oh, I'll definitely fall in love with her, and she thinks that you're not a prize. She thinks that you're a terrible person because you slept with all of these people, and she's probably genuinely the nicest person you'll ever meet. So you think she's not a prize?
You'll try another 50 to 100 because the thing is.
Okay, so what if you slept with 5 women and they all lived in the same neighborhood, and you found that one woman within that circle that you come back to and say, oh, hey, you know what? I love her personality. I'm going to go out with her. I'm going to take her out on a date, and you decide, oh, hey, she's not a prize because she already slept with a few people. Not only that, with you.
But I think the difference is the fact that the earning factor, right? So it's like a man has to earn his way into screwing any woman, right?
Matter of fact, you gotta do it like this.
Hold on, real quick.
Ask him a question. You gotta ask him a question.
Real quick though, let me cook.
Cool, go ahead.
A man has
Good
to
question.
earn his way into kind of getting with any woman, right? Where a woman is born with that value. Women are born with the value of being able to. You could be 360 pounds, and you can have the quarterback of the football team by telling him, like, look, meet me in the back right now. You're kind of born with that value. Men have to earn it. So because we earn that value and we forego what we've earned to earn you, it makes it a higher prize. To me, in my opinion, a woman, you're kind of born with that value to screw anybody you want. So the only way it's tantamount or equal, or if there's any equity, is if you decided to not screw a bunch of niggas, even though you were born with that prize. Even though you were born with that prize, you're saying, look, I'm still not going to go out here and screw a bunch of dudes and do whatever the hell I want to, because I have more value and belief in my own self and my own chastity. For men, you become the prize. It's like, damn, she could have had anything, but she chose not to. For women, it's like, damn, he could have had anything, but he chose not to. We had to earn our way into having that anything. You feel me? So as a result, that's why I think it's a little slightly different for body count for men and for women. 9 times out of 10 for men, you have to have earned your way into the right to have anybody. Men ask all the time, what do women want? Women are confusing. We don't know. It's like, we just view you guys and put you on a pedestal to where we don't know how to get into the draws. And like, even if I was to go out tonight and bag Taja or Brianna or Tiana or Quana, damn, y'all names rhyme.
Nah.
Quana, Tiana, Brianna, John. But if I was to take that into any level and say, damn, if I was to bag any one of y'all tonight, I would have to navigate my way into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and be like, damn, I bagged this girl and I kind of, used my game and my power and my whatever, and I was able to hit. For a woman, you don't have to have no game, no power, nothing. All you gotta do is just act promiscuous a little bit, and guess what? You can get any dude in the club. Nigga be with that girl, and if you be like, yo, look, I can guarantee you, it's 100, 200, 300 men in the Lehigh Valley with women, wifeys, that if Quana came up to them in the club, they could be with their wifey or not. If Quana came into the club and said, meet me at Motel 6 at room such and such and so and so.
Meeting at that motel.
Oh, not the
Right.
Motel 6.
Even
worse, though, not even the Super 8. That's crazy.
That they would do what they want to do. You know what I mean? So that's how I think. But I do. I appreciate you guys' opinion. Now we only have 5 minutes left. So before we leave, I want to give everybody a chance to give their final thoughts on the pod. We got 5 minutes left. I'm going to just go in alphabetical order.
If it was alphabetical order, I know I would be in the beginning.
Chronological order. I'm going to start with Brianna. Give your final thoughts on the night. You could talk about anything you got going on. You could talk about what we talked about tonight. You could talk about your no good second baby daddy. I don't care. It's your time. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I think, you know what? Let me just say it for another time.
No. But give them your social media, something, whatever.
Oh, I already did my social media in the beginning.
It's your final thought. It's up to you. Go ahead, talk.
So my final thought, I would say, it's a two-way street when it comes to body counts. It's a two-way street when it comes to creating decisions about withholding having a child and stuff like that. It's a two-way street. If there's no communication, there's nothing else there. I honestly think, I am still, like, pro-choice as well. But it's like, it's all within you, generally.
Okay, free choice, free will. All right, Taja.
My last
I mean, Barbie.
Right.
Ah, sorry. She gonna pop on me. I told you she's a thug.
My last word. I know I seem probably real mean. I promise I'm not. I'm a real nice person, but I just have I'm very opinionated. I'm strong-minded, and I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant. I listen to other people's opinions, and I feel like a lot of great things were spoken tonight from all parties. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, and we're gonna get you back on. You get a once every other month pass because I need your controversy. I love it. It makes for good TV. All right, Tiana.
Not the good TV. It does not make for my no TV. Good blood pressure. Like what?
Yeah, we're gonna work on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say like what you said, Barbie, about like how everybody has like their own certain opinions, and it's good to like express like how women feel versus and how men feel on like certain things about like certain perspectives of like gender, and it's just very important to talk about because like there's somebody out there that's like just thinking about it and they can't really say much because they're stuck or they just don't understand or they just want to hear somebody else talk about it. And I just like how like we were each just voicing our own opinions about like certain topics that needed to be talked about. So
all right, I love it. Thank you so much. Draco, final thought.
I'm sorry I came late, guys. Next time I come back, I'll say some more smarter shit. But Draco the Sage, Catch Your Vermin. I quit content creation, so don't hit me up about that shit no more. I'm still a photographer, so if your mom got a birthday party, hit me up. Double standards are needed, and niggas, if you don't work as hard as possible, you're a waste of time. Amen.
Amen. All right, Quana, final thought.
It's your girl Quana Tatted. Follow me on all social media outlets at Quana Tatted. Meet me this Sunday at Tipsy's Bar and Lounge in Allentown, PA for a Halloween party with me and DJ Shy, DJ Focus, and all these beautiful ladies are going to be pulling up this Sunday.
Yeah, right.
So if you want to see us in our costumes, make sure you guys pull up. Also, put that nigga on child support if he ain't taking care of his kids.
Clock it.
Everybody should respect their bodies. Diddy ain't shit.
Trump 2025.
And I hope that everybody has a blessed, amazing night. Follow your dreams. Never give up. And, do what works for you at the end of the day. That's ultimately, you have to live with your life choices.
All right.
DJ Focus podcast every Thursday.
Every Thursday night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for coming out. If you on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, or any of our live platforms, we appreciate y'all for coming out. Thanks for everybody who was commenting in the chat. I want to give a big shout out to Brianna, Barbie, got you, Tiana, and Draco, and of course my co-host, Quantitated, the one and only Quantitated. Thank y'all for coming out. We love y'all. We love y'all. Great opinions. We respect y'all opinions. And this is what this podcast is about. It's about having different opinions. It's about having, conversation and debate, opposing point of views. And, we love you guys for coming through for that. As far as what Quana said, about...
we're doing a lunch podcast this week.
Oh, right? Yeah. Next week, we're doing a DJ Focus lunch podcast. Me and Quana and a couple other surprise guests live because it's Halloween next week. So we're going to be trick-or-treating with our children later in the night. So we're doing the lunch podcast next week. So make sure that you tune in during lunchtime. We're going to have an official panel of guests, and we are going to have a dope lunch podcast. I want to thank all my YouTube chats and all my Twitch chats and all my Facebook chats since y'all went hard tonight. And I also would like to say that regardless of any opinions you heard tonight, go fact check them for yourself. Amen. Don't agree with me. Don't agree with Quana. Don't agree with the other Anas. All right. Go fact check and research for yourself, because this whole podcast is not about forcing you into one point of view. It's about you gaining a new perspective based upon having all of our perspectives, whether it be on child support, whether it be on Diddy, whether it be on double standards and all of that stuff. the reality of the matter is, unless you go do your own research and your own study, you won't gain, you won't grow, you won't go up. So, with that being said, I love you. Thank you. Shout out to my audio visual man, my son. Shout out to our studio audience who couldn't shut up.
Yo, keep
But
watching
that's
the
why we
fucking
love you.
podcast for your Thanksgiving gonna be
Our
ads.
studio audience, and we will see you next Thursday on the DJ. Oh, and big shout out to my Cuddy Pookie, AV Black Man for rocking the chat tonight. We love you. We appreciate you. We will see you next week on the DJ Focus Podcast. One.
So why you part-time and suckers just keep calling out of work? Got